coming through now.
That's it. We
Is
got
that
it.
your
Yep.
phone?
All right.
Okay,
So let's
cool.
start that over.
Okay.
Jason. So Jason, you are going on tour.
Yeah, real quick, I'm going to redo that shout out to Kaylee and Sadie Troyan, listening back in Illinois, the offspring of my buddy Ricky Troyan. Thanks for tuning in. And if you don't want your daughters to hear obscene language, then you should probably just turn it off now.
Right. We are an adult podcast here.
Yes.
So
that
Cold
is your
Kingdom
adult
is
content
going
warning.
on tour starting when?
March 1st, it's the Torito Supreme.
That's an awesome poster,
Yeah.
by the way.
Thank you, Brad Gunnarsson, for your brilliance.
Statosphere.
I have to throw something in here. So this is Flummery 46. We had some technical difficulties, and I want to just reintroduce our guest, the man with 3 first names, Jason Scott Michael, and which we were corrected on earlier today.
You can just call me Jason, though.
Right, we will call you Jason for the rest of the show for expediency. And I want to welcome him back. He's a member of Cold Kingdom, and we are going to discuss a lot about the band and the upcoming concerts and tour.
So, yes,
Right,
we're
thanks.
starting off the tour March 1st in Mankato, Minnesota, which is our home away from home. We'll be at the What's Up Lounge.
What's up?
I love everything about the venue other than carrying my amps up 2 flights of stairs.
Is that why it's called the What's Up Lounge?
That's we've went up there. That's those stairs. And you guys, last time you played there, or somebody, yeah.
Last time we played there, they
You
got
guys-
a forklift.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
No, I don't know if they're, because it's going to be a Thursday, so I don't
It
know if
sucked.
they're going to go
And it
up
was
there
the
and
middle of summer, and we played there,
Forklifts
and
for
I
Saturday
was
shows
drenched
only.
by
Yeah,
the time I
I'm-
got my shit in
we
there.
were
And
we were
then-
dying because it's so hot up there, but yeah, it's literally it's way up there, and we have big road cases that we have to carry, and it usually takes about 4 guys
Yeah.
per case there.
Zach didn't even bother to bring his cab up. He's like, I'm just gonna go direct in and fuck
Yeah.
it, whatever.
But anyways, we love you. What's Up Lounge? Install an elevator.
Is that
please.
Friday, March 3rd?
No, that's Thursday,
Thursday,
March 1st.
March 1st, and
Yep.
then you're gonna be where the next night?
Route 47 in Minneapolis. Well,
Which is
Fridley.
the old Pickled Park. If anybody doesn't know and is not aware of that,
I missed the last show there. I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was great. I mean,
yeah, it was a pretty packed house.
yeah, it was.
You're going to make me take a Friday off now again. You know
Oh,
that,
yeah.
right?
Yep. It was the first show that I did, and I put everything together as from the ground up. I built and I was very happy with the outcome. It was a great night, and we're gonna do it again. And this time I'm bringing up a band from Racine called Imperial Fall. Great dudes. So get there early, check them out.
It is Friday, my dudes.
Friday, my
Are you,
dudes.
so you
That's
mentioned
the band that's it. Who is it
before
again?
Imperial Fall from Racine, Wisconsin. The drummer runs a club out there called Route 20.
Okay.
We've played there a couple of times, so this is kind of my way, doing the whole show trade thing. That's how bands operate and get around. So it was my turn to bring him up here and give him a good show. So
Yeah.
come out,
Sweet.
come early, and then it'll be the debut of the band Eon, which is made up of members of bands from all over the Twin Cities. But
Blaine, Kyle, and Evan.
yep, I played in Seventh Ascent with Evan Stevie, their drummer, for a while, and then Blaine Sylvia from Fifth Hour and Tepetchesee, and Kyle Glidden from Throw the Fight and a million other bands. But Kyle's been in just about every band around the cities one way
He's
or
a
another.
slut.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
a dreaded slut.
He's a
can't remember if-
dread-headed slut.
A dread-headed slut. I can't remember if we mentioned it because I know it happened before the testicle difficulties, which is such a good joke, by the way. But you mentioned somebody who helped a lot putting the tour together. Somebody you should give a shout out to Robert.
Oh yeah, backtracking.
I just wanted to make sure
backing
we got
tracking.
that again.
Yeah,
Beep, beep, beep,
Robert
beep, beep.
Cosgrove, the singer of
Thanks.
Sleep Signals, who will be the direct support for the Route 47 show, and it's this tour is pretty much happening because of him. He's done so much work. I thought I was good at booking, and then I got in contact with Robert, and we've known each other for a couple of years now, but yeah, he knows what he's doing, and this tour would not be happening without him. So much love, Rob, if you're listening. I look forward to hitting the road with you for the next 5 weeks of March into April. So can't say enough about the guy. But picking back up on some of the dates, we'll do Minneapolis that March 2nd, which is a Friday. Then we're going down to Fort Atkinson, a place that seems to be almost what's the word? Every time that we play there, we've played there plenty of times before, but almost every time that we play there, something bad happens, and we've had to cancel like 2 shows there.
Really?
The first one was when our trailer got stolen. We were supposed to go down there that day, and the trailer got stolen. We had to cancel the show, and then what was the second one? I don't remember the reason that we had to cancel the second show there, but something bad happened. So, knock on wood. Hopefully, everything goes as planned this time.
What's the venue in Fort Atkinson?
Hijinks.
Okay, yeah.
It's ran by the Punzel brothers, which I can't say enough about those guys. They're great. They know how to treat bands. They take care of you.
So you're heading to Wisconsin, and then where after that?
Yep. So we're going to Wisconsin. Then we're going to Rockford, Illinois, at Whiskey Roadhouse. Then we're going to take a day off. Then we'll be in Madison, Wisconsin, at the Red Zone.
Well, that's a lot of travel.
Well, that's just the first part. Then we take another day off. Sleep Signals might fill in some dates in there. We just decided that we were going to take some days off in between to kind of just relax and get Danny some vocal rest. So then we pick up March 8th in Sioux City at the Marquee, another place. We're pretty much starting the tour off with all of our Midwest rounds.
You're kind of going a little east and then going back around, right?
And these are all venues that we frequent quite often on weekends.
So lots of people that know you will be happy to see you come back.
Yeah,
That's
well, hopefully. So Sioux City, then we're going down to Algona, Iowa, which is the old, which is Lifers, yeah. Which they opened back up. We played there a couple of times. We actually broke down on our way there, and
I like that name though.
Lifers.
Yeah, it's like,
quick question.
especially
So
when
these
it's related to a bar.
out of town places that you're playing, and you're gonna have like local support playing with you guys then, or what?
Yep. Yeah, because the tour package is Cold Kingdom and Sleep Signals. We're doing the whole tour together. And then
The Tourito Supreme.
the Tourito Supreme.
You can go to the Flummery, you guys. I shared the I shared the kind of the first post about Tourito Supreme if anybody wants to see it.
Or you can go to Cold Kingdom.
Yeah, of
we
course.
spoke Cold Kingdom. But I'm just gonna get through some of these other dates here. Just so Sioux City, then Algona, Iowa, Springfield, Missouri, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and then a real fun one, which actually isn't announced on there. So you're getting premium content right now. We will be on March 13th. We will be playing in Austin for South by Southwest at the Dirty
Fuck
Dog
yes.
Bar.
Oh, that's fucking sweet.
One of the best places to play music is in Austin.
During
Yeah.
South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a industry. Well, it it is what it is now, and people have their opinions on what it is now. But there's tons of people flood to Austin during that week to go see and experience live up and coming bands, and it's kind of just like a bucket list thing to be able to say.
We almost did it once, remember?
The Gorilla, was it the Gorilla music or something? I remember that was weird though. It was like, pay us $500 and you can come down here and play.
Yeah.
But
Well, we wouldn't have done it. We weren't going to do it unless we could book other shows, and it just didn't work out. So.
right. And that, I mean, the only reason we're doing it is because we're playing our way down there. But after that, then we're going to Austin, and then Dallas, and then
Nice.
Lubbock.
Yeah.
Lubbock,
Texas.
Lubbock, Texas.
Tejas.
Then we're making our way close to the border and playing El Paso, and that's another festival date. That's the Showdown Festival, and it was just announced we'll be playing with Vince Neil.
Oh, is that
of Motley Crue. We played with him once before.
We have it here. I wonder if there's more of a list on this one.
No, those are actually the only bands that are playing that
Okay,
day.
cool.
So it's us, then another band, then Vince Neil.
I love fucking Vince Neil. I don't care.
Yeah, last time we played with him was at anyways. I forgot the name of it.
I saw him at Buffalo Chip, and it was great.
Yeah,
And then Poison too. We saw, which is best place to see those types of bands.
So El Paso for Showdown Festival, then Phoenix, Arizona. Then we take a little bit of a break. Then we're hitting the start of the West Coast stuff, and we're really excited to get back there. It's been it'll be almost an exact year since the last time that we played a lot of these cities on the West Coast. So San Diego, and then I think we're pretty close to
Keeping it classy.
Finalizing a deal in Las Vegas. Then we'll for sure be
That'd be awesome.
in Anaheim at the Doll Hut, and then Long Beach. We're almost.
That's where Harley lives.
Hopefully we'll see you out there, Fluff. Sacramento. We got a couple dates that we're still trying to book in the middle of that. And we'll head up to Medford, and then Burley, Idaho, Kennewick, Washington, Logan, Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, Greeley, Colorado, Manitowoc Springs, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, and then the last night of the tour will be in Lincoln, Nebraska, with a new band up from out there called Layton.
Home
Called
of the
what?
Cornhuskers.
Layton?
Layton, like the
Yeah.
name. They're a band that kind of reached out to us, and we've been trying to figure out a show together for a long time, and this was just a really good opportunity. Then big shout out to them. They did a lot of the groundwork of finding the venue and getting the deals and making sure that everything that we ask for as a band is taken care of.
So they
So you're gonna have them separate the blue M&Ms and the red M&Ms.
I sent them our rider
That's
already.
awesome.
So
Okay, good. I'd hate to see that go get like looked over, passed over. So
yeah, we need
go on. What were you?
Cold Kingdom needs all blue M&Ms.
Yeah.
Are you renting a van again?
No, we have our own van now.
Oh, you do?
Yep, we.
I can't keep up with your guys' vehicle situation.
We've had so many vehicles. Yeah, we have a red van now. It's
You got a Ford cargo van or whatever those.
yeah,
passenger?
it's like it's got 4 benches and then 2 pilot seats.
Okay.
So there's now that we're a 4-piece, there's room for everyone to have their own bench. When someone's not.
Is that the
driving.
plan now? Is to stay kind of like a 4-piece?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I've been curious to asking you about that. We're kind of in the same boat, so.
yeah, it works for us. There was a lot of just going for it when Zach left, and we didn't know. We kind of knew that we didn't want to replace him. It's he was one of our best friends, and it's hard to go, oh well, you're leaving, we'll just replace you with Joe Smith over here who can hold a guitar. And it works for us as a 4-piece. As financially, it's it's one less mouth. The shitty part is it's one less mouth to feed, and as long as it didn't affect the show, and I don't feel that it does. I feel like we're still the same band with the same presence. It just works.
Right.
Works as a 4-piece, so that's how we're choosing to go forward for now. I mean, in the future, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
We want to get more technical with stuff, but the way that new songs are being developed, or they're being developed with the idea that we're a 4-piece.
Right. Yeah, we're kind of in the same boat. I don't know. We're not going to just run and jump and get anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, especially you guys are in the middle of recording an album, and that's picking another band member is not easy.
Yeah, you just wanted to streamline it and do
We
it.
don't and
Concentrate on one thing.
like I
right?
said, we don't want to just get anybody. It has to be if the right person came along, yeah, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Well, I
so.
shed a little tear when he decided to leave, but
Yeah, we all did.
I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, you guys know his stage presence was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But all of you guys are able to do that, and so I don't see it being a problem,
Right, and I say
as
that.
far as like a takeaway from the show, because you guys all jam pretty hard.
Yeah,
on the
I
stage,
definitely
so.
had to get used to having my
more
own side of
space.
the stage. I was used to, as guitar, and then I would stand kind of in the middle and bounce around and trade spaces with Danny. And then now, I did. The first couple of shows, it felt very kind of isolated and lonely on my own side of the stage. I'm like, I don't know. People still acknowledge the bass player, so it's not like anybody noticed.
Jason needs a friend.
Yeah, but
Slap of the bass.
I like it now. I get to
You spread
more-
your wings and
more
fly.
space for activities.
Speaking of space,
Yeah, I'm
Did you hear?
floating in space right
Yeah.
now.
Ground control.
Sandra Bullock in that space movie.
Gravity.
Gravity. Fuck Sandra Bullock.
Somehow survived. That
Hasht-
movie was good until she survived.
Hashtag me too.
All
Yeah.
right.
I finally caught up on that stupid shit that Michigan State doctor did.
I didn't. I have
Oh
to
my
tell you about
God.
that or something.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I think I like raped like 100 underage.
You want a little story? I mean,
Gymnasts?
I hate
Yeah,
that.
okay.
You want me to get into it a little
Yeah,
bit?
let's get it. Let's get
Okay.
into the dirt.
Larry Saussure or whatever his name is.
Nasser.
He was a physician for
Michigan State,
Michigan State, and he
the
was one of
US
the
Olympics.
top Olympic doctors. And like kids, you know how gymnasts are young when they start out. So like these kids are like 7, 8, 9 years old, going to him like as gymnasts, and he's like, parents would be in the room and they're like be angled weird, and he'd like rub his dick on their feet or like put his fingers in them, and
On the parents or the kids?
the kids.
Hmm.
He molested like up to 150 or more kids, children, women, for like how many years?
Young ladies,
Yeah.
like USA Gymnastics, pretty much everybody. That
There's one girl
was
from
on the
like
team he fucked with.
7 to 14. She was molested multiple times by him
Wow.
when she was visiting him. Like, I didn't realize what he was doing, but like, I mean, he was just doing everything. Like, he would, whip his dick out. You know, like the parents would be in the room and stuff, and he would like put his dick on a leg or a foot and like touch them, and it would be like stirrup stuff.
And
And
the kids never said anything?
no,
They didn't
not
know
until
what was
now.
going on.
Well, they like, he would persuade him like nothing happened. Like no, whatever here, and all this stuff was going right in front of right on front of most of the parents.
Wow.
So he got like 175-year sentence, or
Good.
he'll never.
Well, he already had like a 60-year from
Right.
Michigan too.
They just light them on fire.
And I heard another
I'd
thing.
like
I heard
that.
all the
I'd like that a
coaches.
lot.
I heard all the coaches from Michigan State knew.
Well, there's the coaches from
So-
Michigan State. They are dealing with other sexual
Isn't that where
assault
Sandusky is from?
things. No, that's Penn
That's
State.
Penn State.
Penn State.
Okay.
So Michigan State,
That's where Tom Brady is
the
from.
president and like the athletic director resigned, and then it was found out that like Tom Izzo and them had been covering up other athletes' indiscretions, let's say, but like sexual assaults and even rapes in some cases, and then cover up like basically ignoring it. Essentially, I don't know if they're actively like silencing people who are pressing charges and stuff, but they were definitely ignoring it and letting these people play basketball. And you can go on the
Coaches will
internet and
lose
look it
jobs
up,
over
but
that, dude.
I think they pretty much all will. Well, it came out, so they're like, apparently people are like, well, fuck Larry Nasser, he's out of the picture now. And then these other people are like, well, I got fucked over by Michigan State too, so I think I'm gonna send my fucking story. So now all these people came out. Like, there's like 16 people in 1 year that had filed complaints or gone to the police about all these sexual assaults and stuff, and then the teams and the coaches, and even one of the heads of the NCAA ignored like 16 incidents himself that he knew about Michigan State, which I'm sure he hears about them from all the fucking colleges, and he just was like, oh, let's make that money,
Mm.
So yeah, the story will be long and drawn out, and people will fry, I hope.
Oh, tour. Let's
go
go on
back
tour.
to tour.
Yeah, let's go to Michigan.
I'm supposed to ask you what the set list is.
We're
don't
gonna,
expect you to share
We're
that,
gonna
but-
start with a song and we're gonna end with a song. Then there'll be songs in the middle. We're still working on it.
That's good.
You guys playing like half a Use Your Illusion catalog?
Yeah, all the hits from that one.
All the hits.
My favorite hits. Yeah, man, I'm excited for you. I'm excited. I might, like I talked to you about this before. I might fly out to see you in California.
Yeah, that would be awesome. It's
I will drive to see you in
Adam doesn't
Ridley?
fly.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
It's cool because we've been able to meet people and make friends over the last couple of years in every city that we go. So there's a lot of new cities on this that been to before, and it's a co-headlining tour. So the places that Sleep Signals has been before, they're gonna headline that night, and
That's smart.
the places that we've been more, we'll headline those nights. Like we'll headline all the West Coast tours or spots and everything. So but it's been great to look at the reactions that we get on Facebook, and because people have been flooding us for the past year of, you need to come back to San Diego or North Cali or
It was
somewhere,
amazing how
'cause-
many people were responding from out there. So you picked
yeah,
up quite a few.
there's the reality is we should have really capitalized on that 4 months later. We should have been at 4 months after the Shinedown tour ended. We should have been back out there, because now we're talking, like you're trying
There's
to
a lot of stuff that went on around that time.
There might be
too.
people-
Yeah,
Zach had
there
a
was-
kid. Danny
Yeah.
was gonna get married.
Yeah, there was a lot of lessons learned on how, we kind of went into that. I wouldn't say cocky, but I mean we didn't understand the weight of everything. Of, okay, you have this dream come true, once in a lifetime shot. One of the biggest bands in rock and roll are gonna take you out.
Literally one of the biggest bands.
And it was a 2-week tour, but we hit all those cities that I just named on the West Coast in those 2 weeks, and we were playing in front of thousands of people every night.
That's awesome.
So, but our management was trying to shop the EP at that time, and so we didn't have it available to sell at those dates, and we went out there and played the shows and kind of came back, and communicating with our management and being like, okay, well, now we're just kind of waiting for the next step. We go out with Shinedown. You think that things are just going to kind of fall in place for you. But, the lesson that we learned is that that's never true. I think our management thought that we were going to get signed by, a record label, and because that's what we were kind of pushing towards. There was labels coming out to almost all those shows to come and check us out, and for one reason or another, they passed on us. And it's the thing that bothers me. The bullshit part about that is a lot of what we heard was, we already got a female fronted band on our label or something, and it's like, so how many all male bands do you have on your label? Like, it's it's kind of that's where the world is right now, to where they think that having a female in your band is a gimmick, and that's what bothers me the most, because we've never tried to push Danny as like, we're not putting her out there in push-up bras and tight leather shit.
I know she wears boots with tape on it. So.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, she got her black boots that she like tapes up.
That's cool.
I think those boots
favorite
have
boots.
since died, but
That's what you gotta.
I always tell people that we're a band who happens to have a female in the band.
Well, that's
we're
kinda-
not focusing on like girl power or anything. Danny is, she's just a fucking great singer.
She's a rock star.
Yeah, she's a rock star, and who happens to be female. And I don't want to get all into the PC political side of things, but
You
yeah,
guys should
it is
Well,
very
and that's
real.
the thing. We don't
It is
even
very
have to,
real.
because the point is, like, what you're saying is completely true, and the way that they're thinking is probably a little backwards, because female singers are becoming more and more prominent, because it's this thing that is kind of exploding, not as a gimmick, but it's like, we're really going to explore this
Yeah.
the female rock side of things.
Well, and people ask Danny that all the
or
time.
at least the voice. You're used to hearing the men scream and the men growl and stuff, and then now you've got female singers that growling, screaming, and then singing, of course. And it's like, it's the same, and now it just opens up another. It goes from, bass to alto or soprano or whatever. You know what I mean? It opens that whole part of the sound up. So why wouldn't they want to explore that? If I'm,
You guys should get a deal with Sumerian.
oh my God, that'd
Yeah.
be awesome.
They are spreading their wings though.
They are. Well, they
If you-
signed Jonathan Davis's solo stuff is through Sumerian. I
If
just
you
saw
don't
that
know
today.
who Sumerian is, it's a record label,
Out of LA.
and they've got a lot of really awesome bands. Veil of Maya. We'll just do the obvious: Veil of Maya, Periphery.
After the
Asking
burial.
Asking
After the
Alexandria.
burial.
That's their
Oh,
that's their
right,
biggest
Asking
one.
Alexandria.
Right now, yeah.
And then there's another really good one that I'm Born of Osiris is with them too, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
So those are all bands that if you guys haven't seen them, you should check them out, because really a lot to offer.
Dayshell,
Are
There's
they on Sumerian now?
Animals as Leaders is on Sumerian.
So the variety's good too. You know, you've got a couple.
You have Deftones, well, not Deftones, but the Chino's Side Crosses
Now
is on there.
there's a lot of variety to them now. Before
Before
when
it
we
was
first started, it
mostly-
was just mostly like heavy.
Yeah, it's metalcore stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, hey.
Screaming and
Sumerian ones. Whoever wants to give us a deal, I'm down to talk. But it's crazy. Another thing I wanted to touch on in this podcast is we recently signed with Green Room as
Booking?
our booking agency, and we're working with David Preby. It's something that I always, was very much in charge of doing before, was doing our own booking, and I loved it. I always loved doing booking, but it's funny how much more response you get from promoters in other areas, or it's just you want to be under this umbrella. And if your booking agent, who is part of an actual real company, reaches out to somebody, rather than the bass player of the band hitting up a guy, hey, we're really good. This is, I can tell him, like, we sold 400,000 million copies of our CD in Sacramento, and we want to come back and play Sacramento. And if I hit him up, it's like, nah, well, here's the bricks, and then.
well, they don't
but
know if you're, legit or not either. It's just some weird. I'm sure they get plenty of weirdos who aren't even in
Sure.
real bands.
It's
know what I
easy
mean?
to look big online and stuff, but you just get a lot more response if you have an actual credited booking agent, and it's kind of
It goes a lot further.
God, I
it goes
wanted
a
to
lot
mention.
and with we started talking to Green Room at around December when that Papa Roach show was. That was like he came and met our manager.
That was at the Myth, wasn't it?
Yeah, at the Myth. And that was December like 7th or something. But then he came and met our manager, and it was like right then is when we signed with him. So we kind of already had a lot of the front end of the tour and the back end of the tour booked. But, so to be in December and meet him and go, all right, now we're a band, we've played the West Coast, but it's been over a year. It's been about a year since we've gone out there. It was with Shinedown, but it's been about a year since we went out there. We're going to give you the hardest market to book, and you got about 2 months to do it. Because we didn't have any of the West Coast booked. We knew that we wanted to do it, but we didn't have any of those dates booked. So we put a lot on David's plate, and he's been able to come through and really grind and get us shows in these cities. So
Is that like a Minneapolis-based?
yeah, they're over
Company?
in St. Paul, which I like. That's one of the reasons I wanted to sign with them, because I know where they are. We've
He knows where
had
you
booking
are.
agents before that they're just a name out in space. There's this guy from this company is your booking agent, and I rarely had any contact with him.
It's like calling your credit card company.
Yeah, like, well, what's your plan for us? You don't even know who we are. So
Right.
I really enjoy being able to go and set up a meeting with David and be able to game plan and have face-to-face, rather than it's just some guy who works for some label out in.
You guys have
in
dinners
LA.
together?
Oh, we had coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Coffee?
right now with Cold Kingdom, it's exciting because we have a manager, and we have a booking agent, and we have Brad Gunnarsson, who he's kind of like our
Is he
media
your
guy.
manager?
Gunny.
Brad is
I'm
kind of
just throwing
like
that in
our unnamed day-to-day manager. He's like, he's there for us because again, he's local, and
Was he helping with lights and stuff before too? Lights and sound at one point, or I
No.
don't know, maybe
No,
I'm
no, no,
thinking
no,
of
no.
I'm thinking of
You
somebody
think
else.
Michael Grothy?
Yeah, growth. Yep.
Yeah.
Growth.
Guy looks
and
like
then,
The Weeknd.
Brad's the one that owns. Brad's the one that owns Stratosphere and does all the
Yeah,
shit.
he does all the
Oh, yeah,
shirts. He
okay.
did all the artwork for us. He does a lot of the posters, the artwork, and he's just he knows his way around the music business, and he's a friend, and he gives us a lot of advice and support. So we have there's a lot of
He's a good artist.
there's a lot of working parts right now, and it's more than we've ever had, and it's it's definitely an adjustment period for me of going. I do all the booking, and I'm kind of trying to grind on that, and then to pass that off to somebody, it's kind of anxiety of like, hey,
Don't
know,
fuck it
I'm
up.
constantly in his ear, like, you know, and I'm sure he's so sick of hearing from me right now, but you know, it'll get better, and we'll adjust, and he's doing a good job. So, you know,
Well, knowing you,
we're putting our company, you know, starting a band in this day and age is you're an entrepreneur. This is
You have to be DIY.
Yeah, we're you know, we built our business, and then when we acquire relationships like management or booking or media, you know, any kind of, we're working with a publicist on this tour for the first time. Never worked with a publicist before. So you are trusting these people to take your business and sell it the way that you want them to sell
Right.
it. But, you know, it's your two businesses working together to sell one product, and the band, the music is the product.
As long as they have PowerPoint.
Well, I think
Do they have
it's
Excel?
2018.
I'm still operating on
Yeah. Are you Linux based or
Windows Office 2007,
Yeah.
which is starting to get a little out of date. But no, I wanted to actually, I wanted to go back real quick, and I had a couple, but now I'm just remembering one. But there were a few things that happened for you guys that were pretty cool, and obviously I'm talking about after the awesome West Coast tour. And you guys ended up catching a couple of kind of promotional deals, like you scratch my back, I scratch yours, with like strings and guitars and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
we're endorsed.
and the drums even too, right? Or
Chris is
Mapex.
Mapex.
the only man who had to work in the music video, by the way. I mean, I know you guys
the
played
crash
too, but when you guys filmed the break
Yeah.
music video, he was the only one who had to just really fucking jam it the whole time. Just, he couldn't make any mistakes. Or
No,
anything.
yeah, I've half the time.
You can see what he's doing, you know.
Half the time, Adam was at the music video shoot for our song called "The Break." He was, if you look real hard, he's one of the big heads standing in the middle of the
Yeah,
crowd.
I'm only there's like a side of my head, but I purposely was back a little too because I'm tall and I'm like,
You're a big.
who wants to
fucking-
see a
you're
fucking
big-
40-year-old fat guy in their fucking music video unless you're fucking.
Yeah, you just made the cut of the what we were looking for. I was
Right,
like,
right.
he could pass.
You can pass.
But
one more inch, you'd be out.
yeah,
Go on, sorry.
but yeah, so we Electro Voice is one of our, I always want to say sponsors, but that's not the right, for some reason.
It's like a partnership,
I
right? Like-
love them. I
Yeah.
love them.
You get a decent deal on stuff, but then you're also like,
It's an endorsement.
yeah.
Which I should mention, NAMM is going on right now out in California, and
Fluff is there. Actually.
Chris is actually out there right now too, and he's
Oh, is he?
touching base with a lot of our guys. SIT Strings, Stay in Tune Strings. We got that deal from actually doing the Shinedown tour. Eric Bass's bass tech, his name is Hoogie, and he got us. It's his company.
Hoogie.
Do you remember?
Hoogie? He's from Canada.
Oogie. You remember when I
bet
called
he
him
drinks Black Label beer from Canada.
from Canada, eh? Cool. Do you remember when I called Eric Bass
I'm
Yeah.
sure he's never heard that
right
before.
away? Like the first thing, I'm like
Eric Bass, who plays
super
the bass.
excited to like talk about this with you on our first show before, a while back, and I'm just like, just so you guys know, Eric Bass, and you're like,
Eric
actually, it's
Bass
Bass.
from
I'm like, fuck, like,
Shandown.
right in the introduction, immediately from Shandown.
Shin down. Oh, my shin. Fuck.
Shin down.
But yeah, our sponsors all take care of us. ESP Guitars sponsors us, and
Jason.
endorsements.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a sponsor. What'd you say?
Well, it is the sponsor. We put their names and logos, and we play their
I'll tell
equipment
you
on
later.
stage, and they take care of us. They get us good things. Like I actually just bought a new bass head because I thought mine
Yeah,
went on.
go tell me that story again about the bass head.
Yeah, well, when we were playing the Dorothy show, the last show that we played in Minneapolis, my bass tone was just really
That was
dirty.
at the Fine Line, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it was just really dirty, and I couldn't clean it up. But the show had to go on, so I just went through it, and then so when we had practice the next time, I thought my bass head blew, and I play a Sanzam VT, and so that's kind of expensive. It's like $700 or $800. So I bought
For the rack one?
for the rack mount, and so I bought the RBI version of that, which is the older. It's kind of more, it's less colored. It's more to replicate it like a tube amp. But bought it, plugged it in, and it's still the same dirty tone. So I realized that, you know, I'm going through signal flow and, you know, checking everything, and it was my wireless system.
Yeah. You have a Sennheiser, right?
No, Eevee.
Oh, you have a U? Okay.
I would say Sennheiser.
What the fuck, man?
So you know, I just it's awesome to be, you know, just have to, you know, call up our guy Mike Dussault and tell him what's going on, and he'll send us out a new one. So it helps the band out a lot, you know. And the strings that we don't get free strings. We're not that big yet, but
You get discounted.
We get discounted. I mean, that's a huge
Cost, bro.
I mean, I change my strings every show, you know, so it's bass strings are not cheap.
Oh, you're a professional like that.
Oh,
I see how
they're
it is.
not. Bass strings are like 3 times the amount of a guitar string.
Yeah.
Guitar strings.
I still feel like we're pronouncing it wrong. Do you mean bass strings?
So we were
bass
waiting.
strings.
When we were recording, we were
Okay.
waiting on one string, and we couldn't find it anywhere in the Twin Cities, and it was $22 for the one string.
Yeah.
For one string that if you sweat on it and play the hell out of it for 40 minutes, it's no longer good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's, you know, we're just very fortunate to have had the success that we are having right now, and to be in the situation that we are. This tour, you know, we're playing smaller clubs all around, and just getting out on the road. And this is really something that we should have been doing 2 years ago, but you know, there's no better time than now to get out there and do it. And when we come back, you know, I'm more motivated right now to go out and do this. I have 2 jobs, and I've been working like 50 plus hours a week for the last 2 months. Just not, you know, just because I need to make enough money to be able to pay the bills. And then when we go out on the road, you know, you don't make people have this grand idea of us that like, oh, well, you're doing it, so you must be making tons of money. But that is not the case at all.
Oh.
Especially like last year, we had so many things. Like we were dumb and we bought a bus, and that bus didn't last
Hey,
very
the
long.
idea of
and
it was
cost us-
awesome, and
Yeah, it
the
was
setup
really
was awesome.
Yeah,
The
you
thing
build
just-
bunks in it, and so you don't have to get a hotel room.
It's totally a good idea, but it's just.
Did you get any
shit
money for that, or
happens.
did you guys just scrap it?
We scrapped it. It was fucked, man.
What was it again? It was like shrapnel inside the
Yeah,
cylinders,
we.
right?
The last time you guys had it, somebody got it running, and you barely got it to the practice.
It was
space,
like
and
shavings.
dead,
They
right?
ended up with like shavings. in
Yeah,
the
so the
engine
story
box.
behind that is we were driving to a gig. It broke down.
It was in Wisconsin.
Yeah, which
Picked
were
up
going
some,
to your-
Chris and Zach would slap me right
picked
now.
up a
'cause I can't
couple cheese
remember.
thighs on the way. No,
You were going to
just
hijinks,
kidding.
weren't you?
Just kidding.
Yeah, that's what it was. We were going to hijinks.
That's the one. Yeah, we were trying to remember.
Yeah, we were going to hijinks, and the bus broke down.
Sorry, hijinks.
And it was in Osseo, Wisconsin. And so the rest of us left. Zach and Chris stayed behind with the bus because we limped it over. It wasn't a Sunday, but it was for some reason
Friday
the
or
shop.
Saturday. You ended up going to your dad's house after that too, or something.
Yeah, because I went to the show that we were supposed to play, but so
And they had to wait there.
they had to wait there for like 2 days,
Yeah.
just in a hotel room, nothing to do, no transportation.
Because you had your car with you too, right?
I had my car because I was following him because I was gonna go to my dad's house.
Right.
My dad, who lives in Illinois, is only like an hour away from the venue, so I was gonna hang out with him. But so they wanted to stay with the bus, and they ended up getting stuck there for like 2 days with nothing to do. And then finally somebody just went and picked them up.
It was like a Monday or Tuesday got back, right?
Right. So the bus stayed in the shop for a week, and then the next week Evan and I drove out. They said, okay, we fixed it up, and we drove out there. It's like 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
to get to Osseo from Minneapolis. Evan and I drove out there. I got in the bus, started up. Everything was fine. We're like, yes, it's fixed. And because we had to go to another show that following weekend. And so we drove 2 hours back, and I got out in front of the practice space in Minneapolis, and everyone's cheering, yeah, ooh.
Was it like dicks too?
Yeah, there's dicks everywhere.
Thank God.
This was Danny when I pulled up. And I pull up, and
Fucking Jason.
everyone's cheering, and then the bus fucking dies.
Yeah,
and we're like, wait, what?
And you come out the door like, ah.
Like it was running, and it just coming like.
Yeah, it was running and went.
It was
And
like
then-
it had enough RPM before you got there, and then it just slowly.
Well, it's just amazing that it made it 2 hours back.
And
2
then it
hours.
died.
And
You're
then it
lucky you
died.
got it back at that point.
Yeah, well, because if we would have got stuck an hour away, then that's that much more money. So then we had to call another tow truck to come pick up. And this, when I say a bus, this is like a short bus.
Yeah.
Like a
Not short, but like a little bit
like
longer.
a metro mobility
Yeah.
bus. They had
Right,
like the
and
back doors.
Yeah.
They had
Yellow.
the wheelchair lift and stuff. Everything. We took that out. We gutted the insides. We built bunks in it. We had a TV and an Xbox, and it was your dream come true. If you're in a band, you're like, we live in this fucking thing.
You
But,
playing Baldur's Gate on your Xbox?
No, we were playing. We played a lot of
That's a pretty
NFL
old.
Streets. Remember that game? That was we had a lot.
It was a
of tournaments.
360, wasn't it? Xbox 360. Or
No, it was the original.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was,
yeah.
It was the original Xbox.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
and-
fucking joking. But it's okay. Awesome. I have one in my basement. Yeah.
Well, and it was modded. It was one of those that like somebody modded, and you just had the list of games.
Yeah.
In it.
Oh, that's
it was
awesome.
It was like a ROM player, pretty much. But
Right.
but yeah. So I mean, that whole
NFL
fiasco cost
Streets.
us so much money, because the bus wasn't cheap to buy, and then it was like, Evan is probably screaming at me if I say this, but it was probably like $10,000 to get it repaired, maybe even more. I don't know. That's what we ended up losing on it, I believe.
That is the worst part. It's like the place that repaired it. I don't know what the fuck.
Well, yeah, they pretty much.
You're not
fixed
talking
it.
about the cost of buying it. You're talking about the cost of repairing
repairs.
This is like a big diesel engine, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
So as a band, as your business, to take a
hit.
$10,000 loss when you're making like our guarantees are like $300 a night, so
Yeah.
that's how many months worth of shows, but so yeah, we ended up borrowing a truck and getting to our show that night, and the tow company or the shop that we brought it to the second time said, yeah, this thing's fucked, man. Like, I don't know how you guys got it back, but pretty much your piston's fried or whatever, and there's just metal shavings all throughout the whole motor. And we just at that point said, it's
Jesus
done.
Christ.
So, but it's funny because, and this, mind you, this is weeks before the Shinedown tour, the biggest tour of our life.
And that was the whole point of getting the thing. Probably was to get out on this adventure.
Right. And but it's funny because when we're going through the mountains and stuff of the West Coast, we kind of looked at each other and went, there was no way this bus was going to make it. We would have had to add so much time to all of our routes to get there, because when you're up in those windy roads and then you're driving a bus and then you have a trailer attached to it.
Especially like through Colorado.
Yeah, is going up like the north.
So the van was the way to go.
The van is the way to go. Long story short, get a van.
And
Live in a van down by the river. The bus might be nice, but and
Keep the trailer attached.
yes, and get
It's-
everything that you need to properly secure your shit.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when you talk about
Did you guys-
just a couple of the things that happen, and I still see you guys doing this and being pretty successful doing it. I'm like, they just gotta. At this point, you gotta keep doing it, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like you had the bus fiasco. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but it ended up being a fiasco. You had the trailer,
Stolen.
got thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment, right? And then but then all of the people that you guys, helped fucking rock out, and
Yeah,
were
it's-
friends with and connected with through this experience, come together to help a little bit, I'm sure, but not, it wasn't all of it, you know what I mean? So you
Right.
still were able to come back from that. So it's almost like you just keep fucking plugging away, man.
Well, it just makes our story that much better, and people like.
That's a good Letterman. Well, he's not on anymore. That's a good,
People
Conan
like a
story.
good story, and
He's got a bigger beard than I do now.
we've faced a lot of adversity in our career so far in the 4 or 5 years that we've been around. So
Only 5 more years.
It's not
before
5.
You're
It's about
famous.
4.
yeah, I think it'll be 5 in June.
Yeah, that's.
All right,
It's
you
a
guys
good
talk
run.
amongst yourself. I'm gonna go piss.
You want to go take a
Sweet.
POS? Should I? What do I just break right into the YouTube clips or what?
Did you find those files that he
I did.
uploaded?
Oh yeah, we could do that quick.
Well, not yet. Not now until he gets back.
All
but
right, you don't want to see him. So I found this on the interwebs. I mean, I'm sure it's new.
Is it a video or audio too?
It's a video. I hope it plays the audio through.
Let's hear it.
We should know. We'll know, right?
Yeah.
Now that we've corrected
If you
issues.
hear it in your headphones.
I'm gonna pause this quick and start it over. All right, here we go. Why is it doing that?
I don't even know who you are.
There we go.
I'm walking down the street and you're being a weirdo.
Yeah, you are a weirdo.
Shouting at kids.
Those are my friends.
Those are children.
No, they're not.
You're cussing at them.
Holy shit. Okay.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
Ouch.
Oh, I got too close because I'm so excited. So, new game we're going to play
You got a new game, Content Manager.
is look it up on YouTube. Look it up on YouTube. Look it up on YouTube. Not a lot of work to just
Do you want
look
me to
it up on YouTube.
You want me to write a ditty for that?
I just did.
No, do you want me to like record a ditty for that?
Yeah, just record that. What I just sang.
Why did you stop this then?
We're starting it over because it's only like 50 seconds long, but it's called Crazy
Lady on
today
Drugs.
we're looking up on YouTube Crazy Lady on Drugs, and we're going to try and play the shortest clips we can find for you.
I don't even know who you are. I'm walking down the street.
Adam, this is your mom?
Weirdo.
No.
You are a weirdo.
Shouting at kids.
Crazy Lady on
Those are
Drugs.
my friends.
Those are children.
No, they're not.
You're cussing at them.
That is me.
You are weird.
Yeah, you're a weird
You don't even know.
motherfucker.
You don't even know
better
who
not be
you
a
are.
snitch, because I'll tell fucking
Oh, I'm a
Carl
snitch.
Bismarck.
I'm a snitch.
He's Carl
Call
Bismarck.
Carl. I don't even know
He's
who
dead.
he is. So how are you gonna call him?
Hold him here with the police.
How are you gonna call him?
How am I gonna call
He's
him?
dead.
I don't
Dead?
know.
You fucking twacked
I
out of
call
your
all
mind.
the time.
Look at your eyes.
You know what they
You're
do?
so
He
fucking
twacked all the
pissed
time.
That's my
now.
family, dude.
You're a fucking weirdo, man.
No, he's
Yeah.
a weirdo.
She's
Yeah,
unmatched.
that's right.
She's hot.
Psycho.
Don't accuse my dad of this ever again.
What are you talking
Jim
about?
Hall.
Jim
He
Hall.
owns United.
I don't care who owns what.
Yeah,
Jim,
I'm
if you're
walking
out
down the
there,
street,
your daughter
and
needs
you
some
need
help.
to leave my fucking family alone.
that's my family.
She needs a hug.
Did she have a piercing right here? Did she have a piercing
No,
on her
that was-
cheek?
I think it's just a piece of
That
meth
was a-
stuck on her face.
It was like a meth dimple, if you will. Like, right? Like a, sorry, we're not doing that yet. Unless, we could, but it's, I think, way too long. We'll find more as the show goes on and
I don't even know who you are.
go,
Well,
I'm walking down.
speaking of, I want
Steve.
to bring back a nice little
Jesus,
flummery.
I knew he was gonna fucking do it. I already knew.
yes, that sound you hear is
Scratch
the
tickets.
separation of lottery
I've-
tickets.
I've noticed that you guys haven't done them in a long time.
You know
on here.
what, Jason? This is perfect because
Yeah.
there's a new mat down here, and the holes are deeper. I might just scratch it on that. No, I won't. Well, hell, Lance can't stay away from the pull tabs, but he's not gonna scratch a scratch off. I think
Yeah,
you will.
right.
There you go.
So for all you new flummists out there, this was a tradition, and every time Adam would scratch him off on the show,
Lance would
would
shit
get
his
super
pants.
pissed. I think that's why he left right now. I think he's mad.
No, he's taking a shit out of his pooper, I think. Wow, triple win. Well, do we we got to wait for him to get back. We should probably scratch him one at a time so the other two people can talk.
Can talk, yeah.
This fucking makes my day. Yes. I bet that he is. He's in there fuming right now. He's fuming.
I got a story for you guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us your story, bro. By the way, I'm shortening bro. People were saying bro. And
You
they
ever,
were like,
have
bruh?
you ever been in the
I
car and
changed
you have
it.
to
It's
shit
just
really bad and
bruh.
you can't just get home right away?
Yep.
Bruh. Tell me
Okay,
about it.
so
Bruh.
I had lunch with a friend today.
You shit on them?
I'm into that so hard.
Tell your story, bruh. I'm gonna
So
do
I
it.
decide, like, I feel all right, and I'm like, oh, I need to get my car washed. And the car wash has been busy as shit.
Is that code for your asshole?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
No, I'm talking about getting my car washed. So
Okay.
I'm sitting in line
This is the goofy part.
at
of
the
the show.
Composure Center, and you can't get in or out. As soon as a car gets behind you, you're stuck in there, right?
Yep.
So I'm sitting there. There's 3 cars waiting in line. There's one in the wash. I'm the 4th car. I'm there. I'm like, like, I'm fine. And then it gets down to like one more. I'm behind one car that's waiting in line, and I'm like, I gotta go so bad. and I'm sitting there where you're sitting there going like this, and you're like, oh man. I get in the car wash and I fucking I'm listening to Your Mom's House podcast.
Yeah.
And Ari Shafir is on there on the one I was listening
Yeah.
to, and they're talking about shitting and wiping their ass.
That's all they talk about
I'm
on that
fucking
show.
That's all they
sitting
talk
there going through the car wash. I'm like, oh, and they're like, every time I wipe, it's brown. I'm like, just stop talking about shit. Like I'm just sitting there and
It's
they're
like
talking about
the
taking
water's
craps.
running and you
yeah,
get pissed.
yeah, and they're like, then the water's running and they're talking about shitting, and I'm like. As soon as I got out of there, I didn't even wait for the car, the blowers to draft my car.
You just
I'm like,
went through it.
I went, get home, and I had my pants off like halfway
Why
through the
didn't-
fucking living
It
room.
was at a gas station though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Why
Why don't you just go into the
that?
gas
Should've.
station? Yeah.
should have.
No dice
Yeah.
on him. Oh, unless I got 3 in a row.
There's what was it? Yeah, last weekend I went back to Illinois.
Yeah, you went to a Blackhawks game.
You
Yeah,
didn't
right.
see it.
Yeah, I
I
went to
just broke all my little shit that I scratched off of here just right on. I just went like this on the table.
Did you win anything?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And that's what that's all about. Okay, Blackhawks game. Blackhawks.
Well, and I made a post on Facebook about I don't think that there's a bathroom that's off of the highway from Minneapolis to my dad's house in Illinois that I haven't used before, because it was funny. I walked in and I was like, I don't know if I've ever been in this one. And then I saw, oh yeah, this is the one with the map in the corner. I'm like, I know, and I know all the bathrooms from
You posted that too.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of that guy. Who was the fucking guy who was like, we want to hear about the glory holes.
Oh yeah, I don't remember who said
Remember?
that, but
Well, we had a short conversation.
yeah, there's, I mean, so
I won $3.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I've lived in
the
Minneapolis
band.
for 11 years now, 11, 12 years. And there's one that Marlo, my fiance, one time
Hi, Marlo.
we were driving down, and all the time now she calls it the poop bar because she was driving.
Where is it at?
This is pretty close to my dad's house. This is like one of those back roads of like Beloit or somewhere. And
Okay.
Right on the border there.
yeah, I was sleeping, and because we had been drinking the night before or whatever, and my stomach was just not doing good, and I was taking a nap, and I remember like
those are
waking
tough.
up to my stomach turning and going like, oh, and like cold sweats. I mean, like,
Those are the good ones.
no, they're not.
and this is relatively still. I mean, we'd been together, you know. We were over
And
the pooping
you'd
at that
shit
point.
in front of her. You had shit in front of her.
Jason and
before?
Marlo started dating since our Triple Rock show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is now a defunct club.
yeah.
Defunct
But
in a
it was
good
one
way.
of
They
those
just-
where I was like, babe, we got to stop somewhere. But we're in like
boi-
the back roads. We're not even
You're
off the
boiling one
highway.
up.
Yeah, and so the only place that was near was this little fucking back roads shithole bar.
a
And
shit bar.
so
So
you,
you had to like get off the you had to get
no,
off.
we're like in the back roads of like we're on like 14 or whatever. We're you know like we got off in Janesville and we're
So
now
you're
making
at
the
this
back
point you're
roads.
trying to get killed in a horror movie.
Pretty.
That's
I
what
mean,
you're
it's
saying.
all
Okay.
farms. It's all
Right.
farmland
Yep.
and stuff.
Jeepers
But
creepers.
so
okay.
it's like the only bar around, and walk in, and you know there's like 6 people in the bar, and
Did it-
at a bar like that,
Did
they
they
go,
turn around and look at you?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, who's this guy? He's not from
Right.
around
he's
here.
not a lifer.
And I just walk past and like
You're
find
like-
the bathroom and just
Bang, bang, bang.
bottom out. And I was in there for a while. And the worst part about it too is it was the only one bathroom, and
Oh,
the lock on the door was just like one of those little eye hooks.
yeah.
You know, like the old, so like people kept on coming up and like pulling on the jar. I'm like, oh my God. And then you walk out and everybody looks at you again after you just tore up their bathroom for 20 minutes.
Did you go?
And then you just walk straight out the door. And I came out and Marla was just fucking cracking up. She's like, how was that?
The shit bar.
Yeah, so every time now that we pass it, she goes, oh, that's the poop bar.
So
You remember the name of the bar?
I don't even know if they had a
they should
sign
change
with
their
a name
name
on
to
it.
the
It's
shit
just,
bar.
it's
Probably
just a blue building. on the
Somebody's house with a bar
corner.
in it.
It's a muni.
Pretty much.
It's a muni. It's a municipal.
Oh man.
While you scratch, let's watch Crazy Lady on Drugs Part 2.
Oh, there's more to this?
Yeah, let's do this. Hopefully there's no commercials on this one. I doubt it.
I don't even know who you are. I'm walking down the street and you're being weird.
Yeah, you're
Wait.
a
You're
weirdo.
shouting at kids.
Those are my
This
friends.
is the same one.
Wait a sec.
Dude, they're just reenacting it.
Is this an... No, it's the same guy for sure. Different lady. So he's finding these crazy methods. Oh, this is
No,
weird.
they're not.
You're cursing at them.
That's me.
You're weird. You don't even know who you are.
Yeah, you're a weird motherfucker. And you better not
That's fake.
Dude, that's fake. She's reenacting
Look
it.
at her
how
fake
fucking
tooth.
horrible
I know,
you
she's
are.
reenacting it.
Hey, guess what? Meth doesn't make your teeth longer.
Did I win anything on that? I don't
Stupid.
even know. I don't get
All
it.
right, 5 and 22. You didn't match any numbers.
$3 on this one. How much were these? $2?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll go to the bar, and Lance will win $700 on pull tab somehow.
Dude.
Out of his fucking
Hey, how
ass.
come you guys never say the name of the bar? Is it a big secret, or is it to
We
protect
hate
your
we
stardom
hate
of
it,
like you
actually.
think people are just gonna start hanging out there because they know that you're gonna be there? Or
Yeah, well, we're a big thing, right?
yeah,
I mean, we have
We're
to
a
watch.
pretty big deal.
yeah.
We have to watch,
Pisses me off that they faked this.
now
bullshit.
that now that we're in St. Louis, so
You guys
pretty
are
much
always hiding.
everybody knows that we go to the B-52.
Everybody who knows you, the 5 people who listen to this, know what bar you guys always go to.
B52. It's B52.
Yeah. Oh wait, check how many people are listening now.
I
'Cause the
don't
good
want to
part's
tell
over.
people. It's horrible.
The good part's over.
I don't want to tell anyone. All right,
Oh,
I can find it.
4,904. Oh no, wait,
let's
that's
see,
that
that's
video.
40,000 actually. Like people who are watching it know it's a lie. So we've got
Four.
four watchers right now.
Why don't we bring up?
It is Saturday night.
Why don't we bring up?
I think you're right. I think we should bring this up. So he must have just got alcohol illegally or something. This might not be any good. This is fishing.
I don't think people want to listen to us watch YouTube
No.
videos.
Next time I do this, I'll pick them out ahead of time.
See, you're trying to go on your mom's house podcast on with
No,
this.
I know, but I'm just. This chick is tripping out on mouth. Yeah, that's just
Oh,
sad.
that's quite good.
Why don't you pull up those clips that Jason brought?
I will. That's a good idea, actually.
Jason brought some. What are they now?
Yeah, so if for repeat offenders here at the Flummery, was that the last podcast or 2 podcasts ago that you played the
2. I
2?
was not the Nick Bladachek
But the one
podcast.
before that.
It was the one before that, which was.
So I had this app on
Right.
my phone that it was.
I knew that was me right away. I'm like, fuck, I remember that now. I didn't remember it, but I remembered it right away.
Well, the first time I heard it, I laughed my fucking ass off because, like I said, the inflection in your voice did change. Like, fuck, did I really?
I was just, I
his
had
car
just
up?
woken
Like-
up and he had called me.
I couldn't believe you stayed on the phone that long. But so
Why don't you
all right,
tell me
everybody
your
listening,
name?
everybody listening. So I had an app on. I have an app on my phone that it's
You still have it?
it's Prank Dial, and there's this really good one because it's kind of racially charged, and I think racially things are
Yo,
funny.
B.
But
Yo, B.
so yeah, it's a very black ghetto guy being like, "Yo, you hit my car," and
So it's the same guy. Okay.
it's the same one.
it
I
the
got
same for
I got
Burks?
everybody. I got everybody with it. But these are probably Lance was a really good one. I have one of my dad that was pretty good.
You're not willing to share that with us? Or?
Just for time's sake, no. But so the 2 best one.
He stayed on the phone for an hour and a half.
One was my buddy Chris Weber, and I knew right away that Weber was going to be a really good one to get because Weber's kind of a wiry guy. Like if
He
you
doesn't know how to
accuse
call-
him of something, you better like he's going to go off. He's gonna.
Yeah.
I knew it was an easy one. As long as he picked up the phone, he was gonna go off. So play the Weber one first.
All right, we are at Weber. You hit my car. Which, by the way, learn how to call a time. Learn when not to call a timeout, Chris. All right, here we go. I think it'll play right. Yep.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hey.
What's up?
So you the one who hit my car?
What are you talking about?
Well, you left your phone number on my windshield.
This isn't the phone number. I didn't hear
Yeah,
nobody
stop
He's
talk.
yapping.
tripping over his words.
Listen, B, you scratched my
Fuck you,
fender
man, I
and
didn't
busted
do
out my
shit.
tail light.
I didn't do shit.
Yes, you
Somebody
did.
left you a fake fucking number.
Who
so
your
eat
insurance
shit.
company, B?
Eat shit.
I didn't hit your fucking car.
Yeah, don't lie to me.
Fuck you.
Then why'd you leave a damn note?
Somebody must have saw him do it, and they probably left you a fake fucking number.
I'm
But
losing
I
my
didn't fucking hit
patience.
your car, so
Man, what's
Fuck
wrong
you.
with you?
Did he just hang
So-
up then?
Yeah,
Fuck you, he
I
said.
think that's it ended. But yeah, so this
fuck
next
you.
one is this one is really good because it's Matt Burke from the band, the former band Emergent, and it's funny because he's really trying to talk to this guy and debate with him, and for B,
1 and B. Correct.
he straight up lies in the middle of it because he says that he's not even in town, but I know for a fact that he was in town.
I shouldn't have done that. Okay, sorry.
That's fine.
I think we needed more.
Should be at 50% where I left it.
I didn't change it until
Oh.
just now.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yep, do it.
Hold on. Nope, that's Weber. Sorry, guys. We'll get this
More
going.
technical difficulties.
I think it's loading, so we'll have to play it in a little bit, but
Yeah.
we'll get it. Maybe I just.
But
have to
no, man,
close
those were hilarious. One of the best too was I didn't save it, but I had some friends that lived below me, Katie and Sam, and it was the day that I got it, and I was just my face hurt by the end of the day because I was laughing so hard on people's reactions to it.
Hello?
Oh, here we go.
that. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hey.
I'm not even in town.
Hey, what's going on?
So you the one who hit my car?
Pardon me?
Well, you left your
Pardon?
phone number on my windshield.
I have not been in a car
Yeah,
accident.
stop yapping and listen. Listen,
Okay.
B, you scratched my fender and busted out my tail light.
I apologize. You have the wrong number, man. I don't know what you were talking about.
Yes, you
I gotta say
did.
something after this.
B.
What city did this happen in?
Who your insurance company, B?
All right, man. You know what? Listen, I don't got time for games right now. Someone gave you the wrong number. I didn't hit your car. I'm not even in the state of Minnesota right now, so
Lie.
I don't
That's
know
a
what
lie.
to tell you.
Yo, don't lie to me.
That's a lie.
Then why'd you leave a damn note?
Okay, so the way phone numbers work is anyone can leave any phone number they want.
Tell us
I
how it
love that
works.
explanation.
Why would
losing
I-
My patience. Man,
Where was your
what's
car
wrong
hit?
with you?
He's still trying to figure it out.
Sir, why would I...
I got
Why
your
would I-
note right here in my own hand.
Okay, where did your car get hit? Will you just answer me that question?
He's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, watch. And the message is done. Oh, I thought at the end he goes, "Hello."
That's Lance. Well, so if you know Burke, anybody that's listening, you know that is not usually how he talks to people either. Like
No.
he's. I was thinking that when I saw that it was Burke, that it would be full of like, "Hey, fuck you, fucking asshole." You know what I mean?
No, well, Burke is
But he
just,
totally
like, trying
held
to,
it
like,
together. Like,
manage it. Yeah, he's trying
Yeah.
to, and you can hear him go, like, dude, come on. My favorite is when he goes, so the way the phone numbers work is anybody can leave any number. But
Funny.
there's a
back
part
to,
there where
uh,
you can
you
hear him
still
kind
have
of
that on your phone?
the app, yeah, I haven't opened it in a long time.
Oh.
All the other ones were like really bad on it.
I remember I had that app for a brief time. That was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, but it was funny because so I got the person who lived below me. I called him and he was kind of had the same reaction. I was like, "What the fuck?" And after it hung up, Marla and I are sitting in the kitchen and we see Sam go out and his truck is parked in front of the house, and we live in Northeast Minneapolis, so it's street parking. And he's like locking it up and like checking his toolbox and stuff that's in the
After
trunk.
you did it to
Yeah,
him?
and we're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Some guy called me and thinks that I hit his car, so I'm just locking everything up."
Damage control.
Was it like an obvious, like, was he looking around or anything? Or he just knew he didn't hit anybody, but was like, "Oh, fuck this guy."
No, he was just like he was like locking up his truck and stuff. He's like, "Somebody's coming for me."
Wow. That's
He was
funny.
high.
You got
He
a little
must have been high.
paranoid.
He was
No,
paranoid.
he wasn't high.
I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
I love that shit, man.
That brought. I couldn't believe it. You gave that to him when he played mine. I was like, holy shit. Man.
Well, that's the
It's
thing
like-
we ask on the Flummery. We ask for contributors, if you will.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to send
Audio
us something
clips
at
preferred.
theflummery@gmail.com.
The Flummery podcast.
We'll take them. The Flummery podcast
Yes.
at gmail.com. The Flummery Podcast at gmail.com.
Right.
Right.
All right.
Right, bruh? Right, bruh? Right, bruh?
Where are we at? How much time we got?
We're about an hour in, maybe a little over. But remember, we got to take 4 minutes off the front.
So
Oh, shit.
Jason, how do you feel about football?
Don't. Go on. No, Jason, I do want to hear what you have to say because you actually watch football. I don't want to hear what he has
You
to
still
say.
owe me $10.
He
I owe
watches.
you,
He watches football passively.
I do owe you 10. Yeah,
I like it. Football.
He's
I
a
don't-
passive-aggressive
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Oh man, I had a really good meme on my phone.
Did
but I
I-
think I already deleted.
Was
it.
I hating on Minnesota? No, I wasn't hating.
Yes,
on
you were.
How?
You were fucking gloriously cheering and jabbing me 2 seconds after they lost the fucking game.
Listen.
It's
it
the
hurt.
worst kind
Listen,
of fan ever.
Listen. I was happy that I won the money. I was sad that they didn't win.
Bullshit. You were not sad. You were gleefully
no,
fucking.
all I
he
said-
was just rubbing it in.
All I said,
course he
Adam.
was,
All
but it
I
was
said, Adam, was
great.
$20 is still $20. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that. I
Again,
saw that. I knew what you guys were talking about. Yeah, so
He was gleeful. when
they
he
shit the
did
bed on
game.
that one, huh?
Oh, it was the worst shit the bed since 41 Donut.
But you gotta go. Hey, my team made it. It could be worse. It could be the Bears.
Here's how I look at it. Well, no, I mean they've had their chances too. They were in the Super Bowl a little while back. So
2006 was
Yeah,
the year that I moved to
so-
Minneapolis. But that
Fuck,
I'll tell
man.
you
It's like,
as
we don't even have that right
I'll
now.
tell you
So,
this
whatever.
that hurts
Even
just as
worse.
bad.
Oh, yeah.
When you're a Bears fan and you move to Minneapolis, in the year that you moved to Minneapolis, your team makes it to the Super Bowl and then returns the opening kickoff in the game, and you go, "Oh my God, we're gonna win the fucking Super Bowl!" Devin Hester just
Devin
returned
Hester,
the opening
fucking
kickoff,
champ.
and we were up
Oh
at
my
halftime. And then by halftime, I was like,
Who was it against?
"The Colts, Peyton
Okay.
Manning."
Oh,
I was like, Peyton Manning, it's starting to rain. Our defense looks like it's starting to get tired.
that's
And
kind of.
our-
Well, that's when they
our
actually had a
offense-
running
our
back
fucking
too.
well, Thomas Jones, our quarterback was Rex Grossman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
If we
But-
had anybody else, if we had Kyle Orton in that year, we would have won.
well, Kyle
What
Orton
was the
wasn't that
final
good
score?
either,
What was
though.
the score of that game? Do you remember?
I don't know.
You think you'd have won with Cutler?
Huh?
I know that Cutler isn't like the favorite Chicago Bear ever, but you think you'd have won that game with Cutler
Yeah, I think so.
instead of Grossman?
We couldn't.
Grossman's
march-
beard was fucking tits, though.
Grossman didn't have a beard.
Wait, who had the beard? Orton?
Orton, but he didn't have it when he was in Chicago. You're
Huh.
thinking of like
Maybe
Dallas.
Adam
Orton.
just likes guys with beards.
Yeah.
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 Some of them.
Mine's coming in pretty thick.
Just because I can't fucking grow one. Thanks, Burke.
Yeah, it's just because of work.
Yeah, all those
It is.
chemicals.
Yeah.
He still pours them on his crotch, though.
Yeah, so
I have my own Nair recipe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Go
fucking-
Patriots.
I hope
I
yeah.
want to see the greatest of
Yep.
the greatest, and I want. Then
I want
people
it to
said it
be
last year. They're like, "How could
78-3.
you root for the Patriots?" I was like,
I'm
Tom
rooting
Brady
for,
and
I'm rooting
Belichick
for
are
the
the-
Patriots.
"They're the most.
You root for the best. Why wouldn't? Okay,
they're the
I don't
greatest team
understand
since Vader and Palpatine.
Yeah. Yep.
They're the most powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most powerful.
Will this be
duo.
a, this,
Is
if
that-
he wins, this will be a 6th champion.
That's Brady
right?
and Belichick.
Yeah, he
is it?
needs another finger.
Yeah. This will be a 6th fucking win.
This one, they're just gonna give him a cock ring.
Yeah.
I saw a meme. It was like Tom
Yeah,
Brady
that's
didn't actually have his. Did you post that?
Yeah, I posted that.
alright. Tom Brady didn't actually hurt his hand. He just had a
Well,
surgery for his 6th finger.
I'll say this. I think Philadelphia's defense is fucking badass.
I'm just getting
But
pissed
I-
about that game though.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Because we were running on them in the first series. We ran 30 yards down their throat in the first series, which is fucking brilliant because who's going to try and do that against that defense? They're great against the run. Well, we end up getting 30 yards and a fucking touchdown out of it.
Yeah.
40 rushing yards the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Bullshit. They left the if the only way they could have beat the only way to beat defenses like that, including ours, is to just like Carolina did to us, just run, push it, shove it down their throat, and tire out those very, very good defensive linemen.
Yeah.
You got to give Philly a lot of credit. Came with a lot of great schemes, but it just was
fucking Nick Foles
And we made Nick
Started
Foles look like he was good. He's fucking garbage. Hey, Philly fans, Nick Foles is fucking garbage. He'll improve it.
But okay, and then this is the thing. This is what I said to the people who are like, "Oh, Jacksonville's defense is for real." And I told people straight up on that AFC Championship game, like, but you're gonna get out coached by Belichick.
Atlanta's defense was phenomenal last year.
And they got out coached and
Yep.
they won. Philly, I think Philly has a good shot, but I'm still pulling for the
New
Patriots.
England.
So that's a good
Yeah.
point. I don't understand why. I'm glad you're pulling
And
for the
honestly,
Patriots.
what
Me
I
too.
hope happens is they win the bowl and they finally Belichick and Brady go. You gotta. It can't get any more on top than this.
Mm-hmm.
we retire. But they're not.
But they
the
might
kinda
be
guys who-
delusional and go, "Oh, we could win it again next year. Fuck them."
Well, I don't know how delusional that is.
Tom Brady's 40, but he could still play another couple fucking years
Yeah.
right now.
You know what? I don't understand
They were the
this
worst
whole-
defense in the league for the first half, if not 3/4 of the season.
Huh.
They had the worst defense.
How did they get so much better?
Really?
Belichick was just
Yeah.
like,
But
you
they
better
would
get
just
better.
outscore everybody, right?
Yeah, I mean, their offense was, but I mean, like they don't even. They have James White as their running back. Is it Edelman still? Or no,
he was
Amendola.
hurt all year.
Amendola is there.
Amendola and Hogan
And
are
yeah,
pretty much
Gronk.
the only.
Yeah, because I had Hogan
Gronk.
What's
on
the deal
on
with
my
Gronk,
fantasy.
man? That
Which
dude,
I did really
that-
good in
he
that.
needs-
league.
It's a media story right now. He'll be fine. He'll play.
He'll play. It's 2 weeks with a concussion. They'll play him anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
No, but I did want to just stress this. I don't understand people who root against the best of the best. That's what
I
you
wanna
want
see
in
excellence,
sports.
man.
You want to
Yeah,
see
I
excellence.
wanna see the greatest. the
Exactly. Because he's a real dick. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about his personality.
Yeah, who fucking
Did you
cares?
watch
Who
that
know-
game
like
last
they
year?
fucking know
He came
him.
back from like 35-3 or whatever. You
Go
know?
eat a cheesecake.
Whatever the actual. They came back like
I will
26
say
points.
this though.
It's like
People
ridiculous.
people need to just chill the fuck out, man.
About
I'm-
judginess.
No, about sports.
Yeah,
It's a fucking game. We make way too much out of it. I heard when I was
that's
at the
why they
bar.
make so much money.
So
That's
I went,
how I feel
I went to
about it.
I went to the Blackhawks game on Saturday and watched
Blackhawks.
them get their fucking ass whooped by the Islanders. And
Oh, I hate they have
Wild
I-
lost, got their asses handed to them last night, or against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Handed
the
their
Gophers beat the number 1 team in hockey.
But so then I woke
St.
up
Cloud.
with a fucking wicked
Notre
tequila hangover on Sunday, and then drove 6 hours back in time to come and watch the fucking Vikings get their ass whooped here. So
Also, were you excited to see the Vikes? If you're like, well,
no, yeah, I was rooting for the Vikes. Oh, back it up a week. The
Back it up.
Minneapolis Miracle. I was that guy. I was finally, for the first time ever in my life, I was that guy. I went to the bar at 1:00 that day, that Sunday, because I wanted to watch the Patriots.
the Skatriots, yeah.
Patriots.
No,
Jaguars?
no. It was the Jaguars and Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yep.
So I wanted to watch that game, and
It turned out to be quite a fucking game.
yeah, that was a
It was
crazy
like
game. That
90
was a
some
great game.
points scored.
So started drinking then, and that's the day it snowed a whole lot. So because I was like, I'll start the day off there. I was supposed to go over to Grothy's to watch the Vikings game, and he had apparently stayed up all night, and he was MIA. So then I was just like, all right, well, I guess I'm.
Where do you go?
Yeah,
Grothy?
I guess I'm staying here. So I was at the bar for like fucking 10 hours that day. But
MIA, that's awesome.
But so I stayed and watched the Vikings game, and it was at the very end. I'm pretty good at this point, you know. I'm like, I gotta fucking make it home. It's been snowing all fucking day, and there's like 20 seconds left in the Vikings game, and she brought over my tab. I signed it and went, all right, this game's over. Got in my car, left. Didn't even see the play.
Oh my God.
Oh, that one play against New Orleans?
The miracle play. Didn't even see it. I got home and looked at my, Chris and Evan, where we have a side snap or a side chat,
Yeah.
and we always talk about football in it. And
Can you not
like,
watch
oh my
this?
God,
I've
oh
seen
my
that
God,
thing
oh my
fucking
God.
15 million fucking times.
he's gonna do it.
What do you mean? I don't even know which one is the right one.
But yeah, it was an amazing play, man. I thought that was gonna push him to the Super Bowl, and I kind of thought it was gonna be the other way around. I thought Minnesota was gonna shellac Philly, but
So did I.
nope.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
And people, the whole like how rude the Philly fans are or whatever. Like you kind of knew that, and they've kind of made that reputation to where they keep on trying to outdo themselves.
Yeah,
And that's all that it is.
it's
And
stupid. Like, why
I mean,
do you
there's
have to be
assholes
that way?
like that everywhere though. Like
Yeah.
I remember going to a Bears game in Chicago, and one dude whipped a snowball at another dude's face, and like they were both Bears fans. My dad was telling me like one time he went to a Bears-Packers game, and somebody literally threw a Packers fan down the stairs
Oh,
of the stadium.
that's
You know,
horrible.
It's like, dude, it's fucking, it's everywhere. That's sports though.
Yeah.
People,
That's
I
the
don't-
part I
for
don't
dumb
like about
people.
I don't get the
It's
mentality
for
behind
fucking
that, man.
dumb people to feel part of something.
Yeah. Well, and they're
like-
not even playing the fucking game themselves.
I don't know. You guys have all gotten sucked in, though. I mean, it's.
Oh, yeah, I'm a
Not,
huge
not
sports
to
fan.
throw somebody
Yeah.
down the goddamn fucking stairs.
Yeah, I'm not. Gonna,
I would. I totally would.
Yeah, I can see
No,
that about you.
I would.
Great, I get to watch it for the 100 millionth time.
Shut up.
Dude, it is a little bit emotional there when he throws his helmet off. I've gotten it's hit me before. Like, man, that's
has-
maybe the greatest moment of that guy's life.
That's
ever.
never happened before.
It's happened before.
No, it hasn't.
A walk-off touchdown. Yeah, it has. Because there was a statistic that I heard of when teams win in
Can we not watch it again?
Yeah, I'm pausing it.
when teams have won in a walk-off fashion like that, it's almost 100%.
Yeah, but they're field goals though. Should we Google
No,
it?
it's got to be walk-off touchdowns.
Should we Google it?
I don't care.
I don't know. Google
I don't
Master.
care. I don't care. Aren't we supposed to talk about movies,
Yeah.
or we're supposed to? This is the Flummery. We're supposed
Yeah.
to talk about the
Talk
Last
about what we
Jedi.
want to talk about.
Yeah, The Last Jedi, how horrible it was.
Yeah.
How
you
many times have you
fucking
seen it?
sheep? You fucking
Whatever. Did you go see it a second time? Like you
sheep. Yeah,
should?
I did.
Did you go?
What'd
You
you
did
think?
go see it a second time?
What'd
Well,
you think?
I illegally downloaded it and watched it, but I wasn't gonna pay money to
That's fine.
see that fucking steaming piece of blue milk garbage pile.
So, what did you like the best about the movie?
Yeah. Was there any positive things that you did like about it?
I don't know. I've been so over this conversation. I didn't really think I was gonna get baited.
You
in
brought it up.
but- Good things.
Oh, there's plenty.
There was stuff. Yeah, it was a
That's
Star
it?
Wars.
It was that bad for you.
I don't know. There's stuff that I liked about it, but okay. So the second time around, I'm glad because the first time, you remember, I walked out of the fucking theater and we waited.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walked out of the theater.
Yeah, you did.
I walked out.
We were.
left.
I went. Me, you, and Jordan. You didn't.
What?
Huh?
I'm walking out right now.
Sweet. See you later.
Okay, we got this, bro.
We got this,
Here,
buddy.
right here.
Careful.
No,
Oh God.
what's his name? Benicio del Toro showed up, and I went, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. That's when I
Is
left.
that when you left?
Yeah, that early. The moment.
It's like as bad as Matt Damon showing up in a fucking movie.
I'm surprised he wasn't. No, but
Goddamn Matt Damon.
so the movie starts.
Still love him.
The movie starts, and
you walked out.
there was the space battle, which it was whatever. I didn't even at that time
That's
because
a good-
Lance made me do a fucking shot of Fireball before we went in there.
That's you guys were drunk and ornery. That's what whiskey will do. Especially children's whiskey.
Did we do a shot of Fireball before?
we did a shot of something. I don't know. Yeah.
I was pretty. I think I.
That's how
most of
my
that day
voice is
was
supposed to
just-
sound.
Yeah.
But so the movie starts and there's the space battle, and I was whatever. I was okay. This is the opening, and this is a pickup of the steaming pile of shit that the Force Unleashed was.
The Force Awakens.
Whatever.
So you're down on all of them. Are they worse then for the 1, 2, and 3 episodes?
I can get through the Force Awakens. I accept that as a Star Wars movie. I accept that as a Star Wars movie.
I take it in.
You hate it more than he did.
Yeah. Well, because I remember even texting him. I watched the Force
Where's the other
Awakens
cord?
like the day before, the day or two before that we went
Just
and
use
saw
here.
I got it. We're good.
The Last Jedi, and I remember texting Lance and being like, "Dude, The Last Jedi's got to be better than this steaming pile of shit that is The Force Awakens." But But I accept it. I accept it as a Star Wars movie. That's fine. I know what they were trying to do with it. I get it. It wasn't what I wanted, but that's fine. I accept that.
Right.
And so then we go and see the Last Jedi and the
Technical
opening space
difficulties.
battle, and then they get to, and then the moment I've been fucking waiting for.
Yeah, I know you're
She
exactly.
gets to the island. It's where we left off.
I did.
The only good part of The Force Awakens, and she hands Luke Skywalker the fucking lightsaber.
Right.
I know where you're going.
And Luke fucking Skywalker chucks it over his shoulder and walks
he had shut
away.
himself off from the Force.
No, he didn't shut himself off.
Literally, he did.
And it took my breath away. And it was
Yeah, I didn't.
it was
I'm not a
ruined
fan
from
of that.
moment on.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't happy with the way that was.
I thought that
treated
was
either.
cheesy and lame.
It's
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
But
They open it with like this moment you've been building to with a joke.
Yeah, yeah. And Hux is a joke in the
How did that
fucking
go
movie
again?
too.
Yeah, Hux is it. There was no development.
Oh, he sucked
There was
anyway. You
no
want him to get his ass
advancement of
kicked.
anything. There was nothing advanced other than Snoke's dead, but it doesn't fucking matter. And now Kylo Ren is the guy, but it doesn't fucking matter because he
it
always was
advanced
the guy. anyways.
Kylo and Rey narrative.
No,
It got them to another point.
no, it didn't. If you, it's at the exact same point it left off at.
Yeah,
The
they're
Force
just gonna
Awakens.
fight again.
There's some shit that happened in between, but the fucking plot line didn't thicken at all. Nothing. There's no stakes. There's no stakes that were raised. Which, let's talk about.
It's
why-
a transition movie to the finale.
What really
though.
bothered me about The Force Awakens, anyways, is Return of the Jedi. They destroy the Emperor. They destroy the Galactic Empire. And then you pick up at The Force Awakens, and nothing fucking changed.
No, it's just the First Order now.
So that.
Well, in between, they developed this new, like the
I know,
evil
but
keeps building.
But nothing changed. No, that was supposed to be. That's the tale of Star Wars, of the first 3 movies, or well,
4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the tale of it, is good overcoming evil and saving the universe. And then you find out it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but
Nothing
that's
matters. Nothing matters. Nothing has any weight to it.
And nothing else matters.
You're right, Jason.
No, here's the thing, though. That's kind of how it is in the real world. Like every time we get an advancement or we
No,
overcome
when somebody
some type
blows
of evil.
up Trump, things will change. Yes, we can.
Hi, FBI. Or I guess Secret Service, right?
They
Things
tapped
will
it. They're
change.
tapped into us now.
If somebody were to blow
just-
up, if somebody were to blow up Bill Belichick and kill Tom Brady in the fashion of Palpatine and Vader, things would change.
And now the NSA,
the NFL would change.
and now the NSA just
You
like
fast
a whole
forward-
room in the NSA just went. Wait, hold on. Did you hear this shit? Okay.
I don't know.
I
it's
just feel like I agree with you, Jason.
hashtag
and then,
not my Star Wars.
And then yeah. Hashtag me too.
Stop it. Oh.
So now JJ's coming back, which is they should.
Yo, okay, let's talk about that. Why the fuck would you give the keys to
Ryan Johnson.
no J.J. Abrams,
Yep.
He
and then you
shit's
insert?
gold.
Okay,
And
J.J. Abrams. Like I said, I accept The Force Awakens. I accept it. Then you give it to this guy that he goes, that last guy who made that Star Wars movie, shit all over
Exactly.
everything. he
Exactly.
fucking did.
Exactly.
You can look at it as
all
shit
the
all
character,
over.
all the character development that he did. Nope, cutting it out.
Yeah.
That means nothing. And then you go, well, let's get that first guy back and see what the fuck he's gonna do with that
Exactly.
conundrum.
Can you imagine what he's got to do and play off of now?
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
It means nothing. It means
They
nothing.
said the
I'm-
same shit about
I'll probably see 9, but it means nothing.
they said the same shit about Empire Strikes Back.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they fucking
No, they
did,
didn't.
and
It
it's
was
in that
even better.
article I sent you. They hit panned reviews. People hated on it. It was a transition movie.
I'll do my research and I'll get back to you.
It's a transition movie, and they didn't like it, and now it's one of the most
Wow.
loved movies out of all.
Well,
of them.
when I watched that originally, I loved it, and I didn't go to this and watch this and say I loved it. There's a difference.
I watched all episode 1, 2, and 3, and I was fulfilled. I was younger, but I thought those were good Star Wars movies.
1, 2, and 3.
I liked I liked that there were more
3
Jedi.
is a good movie. I don't know why people shit on 3. 3 is in my top 5.
The script,
Well, I guess there's
the
only 6,
the
so.
the problem with 3 is the dialogue. That's the only thing I didn't like about
I
it.
hate sand.
It gets
Yeah.
in my
It gets
crack.
everywhere. Yeah, but okay, that's the
That's the only thing I dislike about it.
that's the greatest lightsaber battle that's ever been in a movie is
Totally
Obi-Wan
awesome.
versus.
It is a really good lightsaber. They did really
Oh.
well on that.
And then the climax of that whole movie at the end of that lightsaber battle is one of the best turning points in all of it. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's fucking phenomenal. So when people and then he pans when they show Darth and he's like,
I don't like that. That's the
"No." I know you don't, but
cheesiest
let me finish
fucking-
what I'm saying.
Yeah, they could have done without.
Let me finish
that.
what I'm saying.
Did-
He hates it, but I'm just saying that's showing the actual final transition into Darth Vader.
You didn't
where
have
he
to
can
show it.
never
You
didn't
come
have to
back.
show
It would have had more impact if
if
even
they
if
left it out.
even if you left all that out, and even if the last shot was just
Or just putting the helmet on and then
yeah
putting it off.
Yeah, but he's feeling his wife die. He's feeling his wife die, and that's what finally changes it.
No, he was changed before.
He was changed, but not completely.
He was changed the moment that he strangled her, force strangled her.
Hey, we've all joked a bit, you know. I mean, that's not
Do you
like-
think he could give, like,
We love choking bitches.
Darth Vader? Do you think he could give bitches force orgasms?
Just
Well, why would you bother? Wouldn't you just stick it in and then force jizz? I mean, like if you're Darth
No,
Vader,
but I mean, like,
you
if
don't
you
care
could,
about her
if you
feelings.
could walk down the street and go, and
You
just-
maybe
and
make
then
your
there's drops
cat
around,
go.
and then there's
I
legs
wouldn't.
just go, and she crumbles.
Vader
Right,
would.
right.
Maybe we would. Okay, but Vader wouldn't.
I
He'd
would.
be like, "Fuck that."
I would.
He would force tear her skirt off.
I'd
probably.
embrace the dark side.
Mm. All right, moving on.
What if
Jason,
Vader was just
I
forced?
asked you.
boobing
I
her and
asked you
just-
something to do
Oh
for
yeah,
us.
you guys want to?
So I want to hear some of your favorite movies of 2017.
Oh, nice. Why didn't you tell me about this?
I
You're fired.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, this year, or 2017 was one of the most confusing years of my life, probably.
Yeah, is that when you had a sex change?
No, but it like just a lot of shit
started
happened
the
in
transition.
like getting the rhythm of life. I don't have a whole lot of time to watch movies anymore, even though
Have 2 kids.
I have a band.
That's 3 kids.
I have 3 other kids, which I am dad of the band now that Zach's gone because I'm the oldest. Man.
Are you? I'm dad of the band.
But
Danny's older than you.
Danny's older than
He
me.
said
so-
dad
but
of the
I'm
band.
dad of the band.
Oh yeah.
you guys should write a song called "Dad of
Well,
the
no,
Band."
2017 was crazy for me because you start off the year like January, February, March. I was working my day job, which I worked at for a long time, and I kind of built. I if I was still working there, I could still be moving forward, and I think I would have a career there. I was making good money, the best money I've ever made, and I gave all that up to go do the Shinedown tour, and so we go on a 2-week tour, which Mike Grothy coined as Rock and Roll Band Camp. But we were playing in front of thousands of people every night. It was the dream come true. It was everything I ever wanted to do when I was 14 years old playing guitar in the basement. It was like, there Medford, Oregon was just under 4,000 people, in a huge fucking it was in a rodeo barn. But yeah, it was crazy. So then I come back March. We came back in April, and everybody in the band was waiting for the call. Like, our management.
You guys
was
wanted to
telling
get
us-
back on.
Management was telling us like this. By the time you guys come back from this, we're going to be in the middle of conversations about getting you guys signed, and somebody's going to pick up the deal to pick up the EP, and that's going to get released, and then you're going to have to go back in the recording studio and record a full-length album for them, which we were completely prepared for. We still have tons of songs in the fucking works right now. So, we came back and just kind of, I didn't want to get a real job again right away because I was waiting to see where all this was going to go. So I came back, got a fucking shitty job at a liquor store.
Yeah,
It
that
was
didn't
one of
last
the
long.
worst jobs I've ever fucking had. You know what it feels like to go on and live your fucking dream on the West Coast for a month, and then because we did 2 weeks of touring, then we spent another week in Vegas, pretty much, kind of relaxing. Although there was none
Wasn't
of that.
Evan like in a
He
fucking
was in a
your ass
bowling.
off.
He was in a bowling tournament in Vegas, and we had a
He
free
was
ride
in
out there.
Kingpin.
Was Bill
Pretty
Murray
much.
there?
No,
No.
I looked for him, but so we come back and I didn't, you know how bad it sucks to when you you live your dream for 2 weeks to a month, and then your first job back, they're like, yeah, we need you to go get carts out of the parking lot, and you're like, fuck this.
So that's when you're like, I'm in a band, and you just throw a case of bottles on the ground. and
I worked
breaks
at
and
that
you walk
liquor store.
out.
I worked at that liquor store for like a month.
Was it that long? I thought you didn't even
Do you know
last
who I
like
No, I
2
made it like
weeks.
a month. And then I got a serving job, and then
Which
I got
is way better.
Then I got a real day job again. But and then I turned 30. Like I turned 30 in May, and it was like, you turned 30, you just did the biggest thing you've ever done ever in your life, the thing that you wanted to do. I'm engaged. We've been engaged for a while, and my funds were running out. And it was just really fucking, like, fuck, what am I doing? Like, it's a big thing to turn 30, that transition from your 20s into your 30s, and you just kind of don't know what the fuck you're doing. So, and then the rest of the year was, I mean, we still did big things. We went off and we played Northern Invasion. We played, why can I not think of that festival that's like up north, further north?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Where at?
Moondance
Moondance.
Jam.
That's right.
That was the first time we played with
That
Vince
was like
Neil.
June, right? Was that in June?
Yeah, something like that. It was Vince Neil, Hailstorm, Pretty
Yeah,
Reckless,
That's the second
Dorothy.
time you played with Hailstorm.
Like Pretty Reckless.
It was
is
like
cool.
the third time, I
Oh,
think.
really?
And we were able to, we did the Papa Roach show, we did the Dorothy show. We did other big things in 2017, but the Shinedown tour obviously eclipsed all those. So it was a really weird year, and I've been working fucking 50
Blue Milk.
plus hours for
You
everything.
stashing a lot of that money away right now?
Yeah, pretty much. Just making it so I can go and leave again. But I mean, it's not a millions of dollars or anything, but we're gonna go do this tour and be able to again come back and pay everybody out a chunk of change that will allow them to pay their bills and eat and have a roof over their head. So that segue into like I probably was only able to sit down and watch.
This is your biggest, longest tour that you've had so far.
Yeah, 5 weeks. But I mean, as far as even Bears football, I was only able to sit down and watch maybe 5 games this year. I don't have television. I don't have cable or anything at my house, so I have to go out to a bar and
Mob draw.
All you Flummus and Cold Kingdoms fan, we're gonna send up a GoFundMe for Jason for TV watching.
Flim flam
yeah,
flam.
pay for my NFL network.
And your beer, 10
But
hours
so-
of beer drinking at this bar.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can
That's a
afford
pretty
it.
big day.
I can afford it.
a
But
pretty big day.
so that that leaks over into movies, and I had to Google. I Googled all the movies that came out in 2017 just so I knew what it was, and a lot of them I was like, I never really got around to watching that one. But this is just kind of a small list of the movies that I've watched recently that I've liked.
Okay.
And I included like Netflix movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Rightfully so.
We're always they're
Netflix originals, you mean, kind of deal?
are turning
Yeah,
into
yeah.
one of the main places to see
Yeah,
anything.
that's shit. Why would I ever do anything different? We just watched Coco not too long ago.
What's that
and I
about?
really liked it. It's
And I'm not aware of this.
it's the new Pixar movie.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's the Mexican
Oh, okay.
yeah.
The
It's
Day
like
of the Dead.
it's kind of
Okay.
like the art is the same as another movie that came out a couple years ago, right? Or am I just kind of lumping those two together
I
because
mean,
they've got
it's-
that Mexican
I'm pretty sure it's
style?
Pixar, but yeah, no. Well, the visuals were great, but I just everything about them. It's kind of one of those movies that hit you in
It's really cool
the
looking.
heartstrings.
It is. I mean,
But yeah, I
I'll have to
recommend
watch it. Is that on? That's on Netflix?
No, I downloaded that one.
No, you and your downloads.
My kids have seen it. They loved it.
Yeah. Okay.
Blade Runner 2049.
What'd you think?
Fucking loved it.
It's better than Star Wars.
Fuck, way better than Star Wars.
Okay, so you remember when he called my dad for like half a second? My phone.
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
I was laughing pretty hard.
2 hours and 49 minutes.
Thing again.
Are you on the phone still? Yes. I mean, obviously, 8.7 on IMDb. Coco got.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I have to watch it.
It's a little boy. He wants to be a singer, but there's some taboo shit in his family about being a singer because somebody fucked his great grandma and then she bounced on him. And
Was it? What,
Well, that's
so
how they say
What
it in
made
the
Blade
movie,
Runner
too.
for you? Have you watched the original Blade Runner?
This is the one I'm thinking.
I remember seeing it a long time ago when I was a kid, and then I turned it on one night, and Marlo goes, "Turn this fucking movie off. We're not watching this.
This is the other one.
It's too cheesy."
Yeah, I've seen that actually.
The Book of Life
Yeah, I've
in
seen that.
2004.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
that's.
Oh, it's got Channing
I kinda
Tatum
knew you were going. I knew you were
And
going to that route
Zoe
there.
Saldana.
and Matt Damon is in that
I knew
movie.
you were going that route.
Damon. I don't think he is.
No, I was joking.
Okay.
But no, yeah, I really liked Blade Runner. I thought it was a great movie.
Okay.
I thought it was.
Why did you think it was great? Give me an example.
I thought it was just good storytelling. Like it doesn't have to be.
It wasn't
profound.
boring?
It was yeah, it wasn't boring. I didn't think it was boring.
2 hours.
People
and 49
complained
minutes.
about it because they said it was slow, but
It's a slow burn. I think so,
I don't know.
but I liked it.
I think
still
that's
liked
the
it.
I think that's the pace that I like. Right
Oh.
there.
Well, it's good. Like you don't mind watching a movie if it's
Not
slow.
like the
if
Last
they're
Jedi where I
developing-
felt like it was screaming
Okay.
in my face the whole fucking
No
time.
need to pile on.
Bad fucking jokes and the black dude, which is the worst fucking character of all time. Finn.
He's too strong for you. You probably just don't understand.
Yeah. Logan is probably of all these movies I'm gonna name, Logan was my favorite.
Nick brought that up. It wasn't on his top 10, but he made it a rep.
I'll say it was my number one movie of 2017. I've seen it 3 times.
Top of the list.
I've seen it 3 times.
I've seen
and
it twice.
I've gotten tears in my eyes 2
because
of the
the
3.
character development in that.
Dude, when she at the end, when she takes the cross and turns it on its side to an X,
Make an X.
I mean, I'm crying laughing
fucking
right now.
gets me. It does.
I
fucking choke up.
I really love.
I've cried at 2
You
different
hate
things.
Jesus that much.
I've
that you're
cried
able to
during
laugh.
2 different
I'm just
things
kidding.
this year. One was Logan. The other was the 30 for 30 Ric Flair.
You know what? I kind of
It
teared
made
up.
me cry, man.
I love the bond between Logan and Xavier and how
Yeah.
there's
It's human.
it's
more
very human and they really capture that very well in that fucking movie.
And that was his butthole from when his wife told him.
Yeah.
So
We fingered
I-
each other's buttholes.
For a Marvel movie,
Yeah, I think it's one of the best superhero movies
like
of all time.
they
Oh,
like it wasn't just
so
about the
good.
fighting or any of that. It's like the connection that you felt.
Yeah,
That's
they
the way
had
I
Gritty in the
felt.
dark. That's what I want
Yeah.
the shit to feel like.
I know that.
That's what I felt about War for the Planet of the Apes. I thought the beginning of
You
that
guys
movie
have talked about that quite a bit.
was so
That's actually a really good movie.
the apes were so humanized, which is good because you had to make them the
Andy Serkis's better role over Snow.
the ones you're rooting for.
Here's my criticism of it.
He's got a lot of good
I
ones. but
I didn't end up finishing it.
the last
uh,
part wasn't quite as good as the
I
beginning.
watched up until they get to where Caesar gets to the military base with Woody Harrelson, and they kind of have a couple scenes together. And then when I was watching, I was just like way too tired.
I think you should try rewatching it. I think they did a really good
I thought
job.
it was good. Like I was entertained. The
Yeah.
only reason I turned it off was because I got tired and I
Yeah.
needed to go to sleep, and then I just never got back around
Right.
to finishing it. But my criticism of that was like they're kind of like, and here's this and then the end, and here's this and then the end. Like there was no lasting conflict through it. They're like, they get here and then they got to figure out they got to go here. There was it was just very kind of point A to
I get
B
what you're
to C
saying,
to D.
but
That's not a huge criticism. It's not anything
They
of
kind of-
I didn't like it. I'm just saying like I kind of felt like conflict. Like here's
there
a
was too
conflict,
much
and then the
point A
next
to
scene,
point B. Yeah, I got you.
there's a conflict, and then in like almost the next scene, they resolve that conflict and move on to the next one. You know.
I didn't like it when Caesar kills the the ape that kind of like
Double crossed them.
double crossed him, and they're just trying to keep him quiet, but then Caesar ends up choking him to death.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really powerful scene. And then, but then there's just some guys standing outside, and they're like,
Yeah, and then they're just
and
like
then they just walk away. I'm
that.
like,
Wait, that
this
scene
isn't-
now
that's
has
not
no
this
weight.
movie.
Yeah.
For
You
me,
know,
for me, what the movie did to me
it bugged me.
is like I've never really cared about the Planet of the Apes, any of those.
Oh, since
I love the
was a
first two. That
little
of
baby
the
boy.
remakes of the remakes.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
first
two
one
were
was
really
awesome.
fucking good.
But like this one,
Not the
this
Mark
one
Wahlberg.
actually made me like. I actually thought I really like this fucking movie.
It was they really humanized.
I think
the
the second
characters.
one is the one that got me to where I was like, I really like this.
Okay.
Really?
The one with James Franco was like, okay, I like what they're doing here, and then the second one was like, okay, I'm hooked. I love the atmosphere. I love the story that they're telling. And then the third one was to me just like
War for what
Well,
was
they're
it?
just flooding through the trees. You know, that's
Yeah.
the first one where
I
they
didn't
really
see. That's
showed.
the only one I didn't see.
It was the first one
The
where they
third
really
one.
showed the
'Cause
apes
this is the fourth one,
being.
right?
oh, this is the fourth.
This is the
I
fourth
thought this
one.
was the third.
This is the fourth one.
No, it's the third.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the third.
You're thinking of the one with Mark Wahlberg is one of the four. It's not.
It's not.
No.
That's totally separate.
Well, yeah, they like tried to
The
start
Mark
it. I
Wahlberg
think.
one was
Yeah.
the reboot that didn't.
Oh, so
get-
it's like Hulk.
yeah.
Kind of, yeah. And then they came up with Norton, who is actually, I think, the now Hulk is an extension of the Norton thing.
Let's not even talk about the fucking Hulk.
Right.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Move
So
on.
Logan, this is actually one of the most recent movies that I watched, but I really liked it. I think because it kind of has some like throwback nostalgia to me. I, Tanya.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I think I have it on my flash drive. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
I thought it was really good, and
You legally have it on your flash drive.
I illegally have it on my flash drive, and I'm illegally gonna give it to Lance Andrew Loverink, who lives in South St. Paul.
You don't know my address.
8? No.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
They
I
should
wanna
be able
see
to
that.
find you now.
Margaret Robbie she's one of my favorite blondes of all time.
Really?
She is pretty. She's a tasty.
She's
morsel.
hilarious in that movie, I think.
Dude, I heard nothing but good about that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was really great. It's very. I kind of looked into some shit about it.
You remember that whole scandal, right?
Yeah,
It's
I was
sinister
I was
how they-
really young.
Nancy
I was,
Kerrigan and
yeah,
Tanya Harding.
I was really young, but I'm old enough to remember it.
right.
But no, it maybe if a movie's good, it'll make me. I'll start researching.
I still like when I'm watching a
Especially when
movie.
it's,
It's
like,
good. I
based on a
IMDb the
true
shit
story.
and
Yeah.
like where was it filmed or what
Yeah,
like all that
that's-
stuff.
If I don't have that enough, if it was a bad movie, I'm not going to do that. But I looked up like how accurate is this? What side of the stories were being told, and I thought it was really good. One that I was skimming through the list of the movies, I went, oh yeah, I really like that was Guardian of the Galaxy 2, but I think everybody loved that.
I didn't like it as much as the first one, but
Really?
yeah.
Really?
It
I
was
thought it
drawn
was.
I started falling asleep in
It
a
was too
theater when I
drawn
saw
out.
it.
I haven't laughed that hard at a movie in a long time.
I
No,
think the
that
first
was-
half of the movie for me was
they're
awesome.
both hilarious.
And then
Other
the-
than The Last Jedi, I laughed pretty hard at, but not in a good way.
Do you have to just keep turning the knife?
Just
This is the Flummery.
When
after
do
all.
I get to turn the knife? It's fine if you don't know how to watch a movie. That's fine. Go on.
The next one is, and this came out. I'm gonna sneak it in there. It came out December 2016, but I saw it in 2017.
We're gonna scratch this.
Is Founder the
McDonald's movie.
Yeah, the
Is that
McDonald's
good?
movie. I fucking loved that movie.
I need to.
Man.
I tried to. I
It's
was
so
gonna
good.
sit
Well,
down and
and
watch it and turn it off, but I
the
didn't
guy-
start watching it.
What's the guy in the movie?
It's
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. I'll watch anything he does. It's fucking.
Yeah.
I love him.
Except
He was a
Birdman was a horrible movie.
I got it.
I didn't get it.
I got it. It was
was
too
so boring.
artsy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, he was probably. I mean, I had a man crush on Christian Bale during the last Batman series, but Keaton will always be my favorite. I think he played the
Nah, Bale, then Keaton, then Kilmer.
cool. I get it, but I think he played the
No, actually, fuck that.
Bachelor billionaire better than anybody.
No, Keaton.
Because Bale never
Kilmer
actually
was
had to
pretty good at it.
play it. I didn't
Yeah.
like Val Kilmer in it that much.
Plus
Plus, the movie was so good. The first one was so good.
moving on.
Mm-hmm.
We disagree, obviously.
Jason's taking the reins.
Okay,
on
we
this
got
one.
5 minutes, and I'm gonna let you finish your list. Otherwise,
Split?
I'm gonna take you to town on Batman.
Split.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Um,
M. Night Shyamalan,
yeah.
and
You
that's actually a
I
lot
like
of
how
people
it
don't
tied
know.
it into
Yeah.
Well, that's
Don't
been
get-
planned for years. He couldn't. He was trying. to
I
get
can't
this-
wait for that.
Yeah.
Are they gonna do another one?
They have
Yeah.
to. They have to.
Well, he it's contracted. They're doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I read up on all of that. He
Oh.
Halfway
he's been
through the
trying to get it
movie, I
done.
was
oh,
like,
M Night
yeah,
Shyamalan's my jam.
I need to rewatch that. But I loved how
Yeah.
they tied it in. The end.
Dude,
I
and
was
that guy, what's the name
phenomenal.
of the actor in that?
like,
the bald dude?
he's like
I don't
he's an
remember his
English
name.
dude. He looks like Ewan McGregor.
James
but
something.
not-
He was also in Atomic Blonde.
Yeah,
It's
he was
James
so good. in it.
McAvoy.
He was so good.
Is it James McAvoy?
I'll look it up right
I
now.
don't know.
I
I,
got it
suck
right
at
here.
people's names.
I
Yeah,
got
I
it right
love-
here, Lance. Get on your shit.
Yeah,
It's
I
James
loved everything.
Yeah,
McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Such a dream.
So here's kind of a left field
Kind of looks
one.
like a. He kind
Oh,
of
he
looks
was
like.
fucking.
He looks like
Professor
Ewan.
X.
Doesn't he
He
look
was
like Ewan
Xavier.
McGregor
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit?
in the
X-Men.
Yep.
Yeah.
McGregor.
He looks a little bit like Ewan McGregor.
Oh, I thought you
No,
meant
not
Conor
really.
McGregor.
Fuck Connor. I hope.
Fuck you.
I hope Khabib
Yeah,
beats his
fuck
ass.
off.
He's not gonna come back.
No
and fight. We'll get into the
fucking
UFC
way.
after this. We'll get into some very quick UFC talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This one's
Look at
left field.
Tiny advertised right there. Okay, go on.
Power Rangers. Loved the new Power Rangers.
Never
movie.
saw it.
Oh, I
Was it
love
good?
I liked it. I think that was one that was set
Did you
up
buy
for
an
me.
outfit after you watched it?
No,
Oh.
I already had one.
Did you fight like this afterwards?
No, my whole childhood. You guys are fucking old. My childhood, I was.
Oh yeah, sorry, they stole
I
the entire
still
thing
have
from
this-
Voltron.
I still have this
True.
very vivid childhood memory of the very first time Power Rangers came on, and being a little kid in my living room, and it was the episode.
Our
was-
swords don't cut.
Hey, I'm fucking talking. This is
We
what's
both
wrong
have
with your
sword
podcast. I have a very vivid memory of the episode with the pig guy with the big helmet.
I know
was
who
the
that
very
is
first,
actually.
episode I ever saw, and I remember running into my parents' room as they were sleeping, being like, "There's fucking guys on the TV killing a pig." And I thought it was the greatest shit ever.
Then your dad's
And
like,
I
I'll
thought-
show you a pig helmet.
The way that I thought
Sorry.
this new Power Rangers movie was kind of gonna be set up for, I thought I was gonna fucking hate it. Like, you're gonna shit on everything of what I love about it, of my childhood.
Like the
But they really
Force
didn't. They just-
Awakens did.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought they were gonna Force Awakens it. They're gonna fucking Ryan Powers or whatever the fuck his name is.
Ryan Powers.
After that is a documentary on Netflix called Hired Gun. I really liked that one. Have you seen that
No.
one? It's about
It's not,
they interview all these
sorry, I'm still
pretty much
laughing.
session musicians or like hired guys to
What's
go
the name
out
of
on
it?
tour. Hired Gun.
Oh.
It's about musicians who
Oh, the guys
Like
you don't
studio
see,
musicians.
like the guys that play on albums and on tour and stuff. And
Yeah, I
these are
got
the
but they're not really credited. And-
No.
And one of the big ones is like Billy Joel. After getting done watching this, I was like, fuck Billy Joel and fuck the
Really?
dude from Filter too, man.
Filter.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he treated those guys like shit, man.
He's
Really?
Like, it's my music.
The
dude."
Amalgamate is one of my favorite albums.
Filter?
You know the Amalgamate?
I did karate at Evan's wedding to Hey Man, Nice Shot.
Yeah,
Good.
I remember that. I was
Was
there.
it like Power Rangers karate?
Yeah, pretty
but
much.
the
it was
Amalgamate is
fun.
one of my favorite Filter albums of all. That,
Dude,
that
watch
album.
it. Watch it, man. It'll open your eyes to some shit. And then Jim and Andy, the documentary about Jim Carrey becoming Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
I didn't
you
see
know
that
what?
yet.
That was
I
so
want to
good.
see.
Wow,
that.
you see now you gave me a good list. Now I got stuff
Jim
I
and
gotta
Andy,
watch.
I for sure. That's the next thing I'm gonna watch because I don't know why. I
That's
put it
really
off,
good though, huh?
For a while, Jim Carrey was like my
Yeah,
hero.
yeah, man.
So.
It's because I just respect like how far you have to go, how far that person has to go to be as crazy as Jim Carrey became to become that character. And I mean, you don't see that. It's something. There's something different about who he is. He's
and that was all the time that
operates on a
when he was
different
filming
wavelength.
Man in the
I can't
Moon.
wait.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I did write some side notes, some disappointments.
Are you gonna put the Flummery on that list?
No, Last Jedi is on that list, but
Well, and we don't need to go over that again. Moving on.
Wonder Woman. A lot of people told me about how great that fucking movie
Jesus
was.
Christ.
I couldn't. That was another one I turned off. halfway
Logan was
through.
better than Wonder Woman.
Logan was awesome, but
Wonder Woman didn't even touch the realm of what Logan
Well,
was.
Wonder Woman for
Wonder
DC
Woman,
movies.
the acting was
amazing.
so bad.
No,
the
it
acting
wasn't
was
that
so
bad.
fucking bad,
Wasn't
and
that
that's
bad.
why I can't do.
Chris Pine is so dreamy.
he played Wonder Woman.
His bright
That was
blue,
his
his
voice.
bright blue water bath.
And I know this is gonna piss you guys off too, but Alien.
No, I get it. I get that. I get that more than Wonder Woman.
I
Wonder
liked it
Woman
better
was
than
like such a
Prometheus.
step up for Wonder Woman.
Marlo and I both we were halfway through watching Wonder Woman. We both looked at each other
Are you
like
talking about Alien Resurrection, the newer one? Right?
Covenant.
Covenant. That's
Yeah.
right. My bad.
We both like that a lot, yeah. But
I thought it was all right.
I get
don't
it
know.
though.
I
I
just-
can see why somebody wouldn't like it because you have to be so immersed. I mean, yeah.
And I
it's-
guess I don't think I mean, I never remember as a kid being immersed in those. You guys, it was probably more your
we
guys'
were,
time.
yeah.
It was.
Aliens guy.
I was born in that weird
Alien
midsection
aliens.
to where I never.
Right, I hear ya.
the same with us and
I
Power
actually
Rangers.
went
It's
back
It's
and-
like-
weird because I
I
remember.
went back and
Just
watched
never
them all
liked
not too long ago.
I remember Steve was really into Alien. Like he had all the toys and stuff, and he was really into
Scuba?
it. No, my Steve.
Oh, you're Steve.
Yeah, and he was 6 months older than me.
Steve
older than
Greet.
me.
What's his last?
Marshall.
Marshall. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
yes. Okay, yeah. All right.
And so it's weird because I know he was really into it, but I just never really caught on to.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
liked
It's
Prometheus.
very scary.
See,
yeah, I love Prometheus.
It's the other way around for me.
I liked them both, so I can identify though. I know why people wouldn't like Prometheus. I totally get that, and I know why people wouldn't like Covenant. I totally
Covenant, it's what
get it.
David.
They're different stories, but they're intertwined in
Yeah.
a way that you have to kind of just let it happen.
What's his face is what made that movie for me.
Uh,
To
yeah.
play David.
Fassbender?
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that fucking dude.
He's your man.
Yeah,
crush
he's
for
yeah
sure.
he's a
Other
great
than
actor.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen's my other boyfriend.
What did you think of Mads in The Force Awakens?
Who did he play?
He
He's-
played.
He's not in it. He's in Rogue One.
Oh yeah, fucking A. Rogue
I
One.
love
meant-
Rogue One.
okay.
That is an awesome fucking movie.
Well, I'm glad you did, because then we can agree on something tonight. All right. Hey, I think we are going to wrap it up. Unless, did you have any more disappointments that I loved?
A big
Interstellar?
disappointment. Not really a disappointment, but the Francis Ngannou Stipe Miocic fight.
Yeah. That's
How do you not fucking train to learn how to get up when you're facing Stipe
he was
Miocic?
so fucking lost
he
in
was
that.
done.
He was so lost in that fight. It was
He's
unbelievable.
young. It was.
How
he's
old is
got
he?
Well, wouldn't your
Well, I
trainer,
mean, like his career
Right.
is young, but
wouldn't your manager and your trainer like prep you for that?
you would think, and
It's a mixed
you know,
martial
like
arts.
Rogan.
Well, they can
Rogan
still
hypes
look at
him
the
that he
playbook.
lives at the new UFC compound and he's blah 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 blah. But
How
obviously he's a big dude. He's very muscle
he's
heavy.
huge.
He's very muscle heavy, and everything that I've heard, you know, like people who are naturally that body size have better endurance than if you were to lift to get to that
Right.
bottle size. And he looks like he lifted to get to that body size. But and so his gas runs out a lot faster.
He has no tank at all.
No.
He's like a
So
Connor.
all you got to do is fucking
Wrestle
David
him.
versus Goliath him for the first half of
Stipe
the
was
first round.
brilliant in that fight.
Yeah, he was brilliant. It wasn't a bad fight. I wasn't disappointed in the fight.
No,
I was
I've-
disappointed in Ngannou
Yeah.
that he couldn't bring a
Don't
better
you think
fight.
that's kind of up to, on Dana White on how he sold Nagano on this fight? And I feel like Stipe thinks that, you know, this is my boy, and then Stipe is like, man, what about me, man? I'm the champ. And you know, I feel like
Oh yeah,
Stipe
look how
feels
bad
like
they fucked Amanda Nunes out of all that shit, man. But
Yeah,
she was the
White's got
champ.
some
Mhm.
fucking issues. He can't be.
Yeah, there's some growing pains. But looking forward, I'm really looking forward to the
Khabib Ferguson fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be, dude. I have not. I watched that last Khabib fight, and I like Barboza, man. Fucking Barboza
There's nobody
and
that Barboza.
well, it's
he's-
Barboza and Ferguson. That was one of the greatest fights ever.
there's nothing
um,
wrong with Barboza. He's still a great fighter, man. But he just got in. He
No,
got
you
into
just can't get in the ring with Khabib, man.
he like even Rogan was like, he after the first round, Barboza was like, I don't know what
What
the fuck
to do?
what to
yeah.
do right now.
I'm
He's
just getting thrown to the wall, to the grinder.
Yeah.
Well, we were watching at my house. I was like, if I was Barboza's corner, I would almost just throw in a towel. Like, there's not a good ending to this, and it's not gonna be. You're just watching your boy just get fucking meat
Mauled.
grinded. Yeah, it was just he was just holding him down like. dude, you know you're not getting out of this, right?
Well, that's the thing. They don't throw in the towel, though.
Khabib
It's like,
said,
I'm gonna knock
even
you
said,
out.
I think
I
it's
think
smart,
Khabib
too.
said, he's like, I'm gonna make it go 5 rounds, and I'm gonna punish him for 5 rounds.
Well, and one of the things about Khabib is he's
That's
know, like,
mean.
He'll
That's
talk.
good.
He's known for talking to the other guys like, give up.
Yeah, he'll be on top
He's
of
not.
him.
He's not even being like cocky or an
No,
asshole. He's
he's
just like, you know, you can't get out of this, right? Like, I'm just gonna fucking.
He'll say that
punish
in
you.
the middle of the fight. Like, he'll be on top of it. He's like, I have to win this fight. So you're not gonna.
You're done.
And
That's insane.
You know what? If he ever, when he squares off, like when him and
Ferguson.
no, but when him and Connor like have had.
I don't know if Connor's ever.
No, I know. I'm just saying they have had spots. Connor's talking to him. Connor will not break that dude mentally. I guarantee it. Connor does that to a lot of people. He cannot do it to Khabib.
I don't think Connor ever comes back.
Because Khabib's running the same deal. Like,
The other one I'm very
Yeah.
excited about is the Joanna.
Yep, the rematch. She was just on Joe Rogan actually.
Yeah, and it was a really good episode. I thought it was really good. I love Joanna. Everything about her. I hope she gets the belt back.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. I kind of like both of them.
I think Rose is fine. Well, I don't have anything against her, but Joanna's my girl.
So is that her boyfriend / trainer?
Yeah.
Like
How does that work? That's so fucking weird.
What was his name?
Pat
Paul-
or something like Pat?
Yeah, Pat Benson
Or something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he talks at the end. He's like, "Oh, yeah, they jokingly were like telling Dana that they won the belt, so they're gonna start a family or whatever." But yeah, that's
Get pregnant after you get the belt?
which I had to look. She's from.
Can you fight pregnant?
That's messy. That would be
Why?
messy.
Don't be fucking
it's frowned upon,
misogynistic. That's so misogynistic.
Yeah.
You guys let a pregnant woman fight, you know? I mean,
What were you gonna say, Jason?
I was gonna say, tune into the Flummery.
Mm-hmm.
tune into the Flummery. We got lottery ticks, which was a huge highlight for me.
Let's wrap up, Jason, with you and your tour and the show here. Actually,
Yeah, come for the millions listening around the world. March 2nd, we'll be at Route 47, and it's going to be a really good show. Come early. You're not going
Stay
to want to
late.
miss Imperial Fall. They're a great band out of Racine, Wisconsin. Followed up by the debut of Eon, which many of you guys know is Blaine Sovia, Kyle Glidden, and Evan Stevie. I've heard some of the stuff. It's good. Like, and Minneapolis needs another band like them. They're going to be heavy and melodic. It's pretty badass. It's pretty raw. And this is their first show. I know they're sending me Snapchats of them shooting their first music video today. So keep an eye out on social media for that because I'm sure it'll be out before the show in prep for the show.
EAON.
EAON.
Eon.
Which is close to Eris.
yeah, that's what I thought
Similar.
too.
Look them up
Waters.
together.
It's no, they didn't. I was like, oh yeah, I thought, but that's not what they're going for.
I know.
Then Sleep Signals, great fucking band, and we're gonna get to know those guys very fucking good
Yeah.
over the next couple months. So then come check out 4-Piece Cold Kingdom. If you weren't at the Papa Roach show, if you weren't at the Dorothy show, you haven't seen us perform as a 4-piece before. I'm really looking forward to it, and I would not rather start a tour any other way. So
Well,
Sweet.
congratulations on a new tour. I
Thank
guess
Torito.
since it's with the
Torritos
Torito,
Supreme.
the Sleep Signals.
Yep,
Cold
and if
Kingdom,
there's any Taco Bell reps out there,
we're ready for that commercial.
yep, we need a new sponsorship. We need free cheesy gordita crunches on this tour. So
Yes.
keep us
And
fed.
Word.
we out.
Thanks.
Konnichiwa. Oh.
Are you